Both teams have more than 5 players, so we're going to see a lot of back and forth. Hopefully they utilize the subs. That way we have a great game going down the stretch. It's always fun to watch a blowout yesterday, but I'm really looking forward to high-paced basketball and both teams just really going at each other.
Keon Taylor mentioned in the post-game interview that the one thing that he just really wants to clean up, thought they played very well offensively, he wants to clean up the defensive end, talk more, communicate more. I expect to see a lot of that, but they are definitely going to have their hands full with Lewis Leonard tonight. We're going to take a quick break just before tip. Both these teams are still warming up, so we're a few moments away. We will be right back once this thing is going to get underway. Welcome into the quarterfinals of the Brotherly Love Pro-Am playoffs. This is the SFBN broadcast presented by Philadelphia Tropical Treats. I am James Urban here alongside my color commentator, Zay Ellis. And tonight we have a matchup of the 7th seed Chester facing off against the 2 seed Lewis Leonard. Chester beaten down on Brotherly Love last night. Zay, what are you expecting to see in this matchup against Lewis Leonard?
I'm expecting good, high offensive teams going at each other. I just want to say Josh Sharkey played a heck of a game yesterday, leading his team to victory along with Richard Granberry. But I think Sharkey and Sam Sessoms are going to go at it, and it's going to be a really good game for these two to watch.
Giving us a little preview of this one tonight, we're going to send it over to Xavier. Xavier?
What is up, basketball fans? I'm Xavier Johnson, and tonight is the quarterfinals of the Brotherly Love Pro-Am. Up next, we have 7 seed Chester versus 2 seed Lewis Leonard. Last night, Chester had a dominant 88-67 victory over Team Brotherly Love. Will they dominate again, or will Lewis Leonard, who's coming off of a regular season loss to Touchstone Elite, send them packing? Day 2 of the Brotherly Love Pro-Am playoffs starts right now.
Thank you very much, Xavier. And like you mentioned earlier, Zay, Marcus 50 Thomas, Sam Sessoms, and Ahmad Gilbert spend a lot of time together. So what are you expecting to see out of that trio?
Just them spending time together off the court, playing against other opponents, just building up their chemistry, really shows how much they want to improve and get a win today so they can move on to the next round. Both these teams are really good at scoring the ball, and you just want to see their chemistry really show, because as we see yesterday, Chester's chemistry was out of this world, annihilating Brotherly Love just on all cylinders.
And Chester's chemistry was out of this world, which was so impressive because they had 5 guys. Now more than 5 guys. They will have a bench tonight. What are the adjustments that you're going to see out of that?
Well, they may not have the same exact firepower scoring-wise off their bench, but it's always good to get your stars some rest. That way the game just keeps getting better. You never want your star guys to just be out of juice at the end of the game and they're just running off fumes. So it should really be good to carry themselves throughout this whole game.
You mentioned Ray Somerville coming back, who is not present in Lewis Leonard's last loss, their only loss of the regular season. They finished 4-1, which earned them the 2 seed. They have Ray Somerville now. How important will that be to handle Richard Granberry, who had his way entirely last night?
Well, Ray Somerville may not be a great perimeter defender, but on the inside, he is no joke. We have seen him get a lot of blocks during this Pro-Am League, and his presence just on the court, you can see them as they're warming up. They're smiling, just clapping up their big fella. He is going to play a pivotal role defensively and grabbing a lot of offensive rebounds to give Lewis Leonard a lot of offensive chances.
We're going to look at the bracket real quick, folks, just to give you guys a little bit of an update about where we are at in the quarterfinals of this playoffs for the Pro-Am. As we mentioned, Chester winning last night against Brotherly Love in dominant fashion, now taking on 2 seed Lewis Leonard. Team Original getting bounced last night by Rec 6, even with Najee Marshall, Quinn Cook, and Akil Carr. They are going to take on Red Rose Thunder in the 3rd game tonight. On the other side of the bracket, Philly All-American had an 0-5 regular season. They bounced back and get their first win finally in the playoffs. They beat Blue Magic, and now they play Coach Tone Elite in the next game after this one. And number 1 seed Danny Rumpf Classic earning the bye, automatic bid to the semifinals. They are in comfortable position, and we are just about ready to get underway for this one. Number 2 seed 4-1 Lewis Leonard facing off against number 7 seed 2-3 Chester. A lot of firepower on both ends. Josh Sharkey, Richard Granberry, Stanley Davis Jr. for Chester, Sam Sessoms, Marcus 50 Thomas, and Ahmad Gilbert for Lewis Leonard. High scoring talent on both ends, and I am excited to see this one. We are just about ready to get underway. Both teams on the bench, awaiting to take the floor, getting ready for the refs to come out here to get settled for the tip. Any final thoughts for this one, Zay?
Just key thoughts on both teams. How are they going to play off against each other? Because like we mentioned, they are really good, but these teams definitely do have weaknesses. Like on the other end, Lewis Leonard, they are great playing one-on-one basketball. We've seen Sam Sessom's attack of defenders on the wing, 50 Thomas operating in the mid-range area, even Ahmad Gilbert doing his own thing, working in isolation. But is that going to be enough to stop Chester? Because as we seen yesterday, they love running the fast break. If they see any chance of getting a turnover, they will definitely take it. And on the other end, as good as the defensive team Chester is, they do have lapses where they look like they can be the best team in this league, or they just look like random guys playing pickup basketball and not communicating in transitional defense.
Definitely, iso ball will not help Lewis Leonard against Chester tonight. We mentioned Granberry, Davis Jr., and Sharkey, but we should mention the Taylor guys, Keon Taylor and Akeem, who both played big roles last night. Maybe not so for scoring, but just team-wise, defensive as well. What's their impact going to be like tonight?
Yeah, Akeem Taylor is definitely one of the most underrated players in this league. I kept mentioning his athleticism yesterday and how impactful he was defensively in that guard position, whether it was slowing down their best scorer yesterday, Nguanya Green on Brotherly Love, or just running the fast break and just spreading the defense out, allowing his other guys to just be impactful offensively. And Deion Taylor, he's just a really great guard, whether he's in the corner looking for open shots or just facilitating for his team. Their chemistry, like we just mentioned, is just so good that everyone excels. Everyone looks good, and you don't have to just score the ball to just be impressive.
Most definitely an underrated 7 seed, I would say, Zay. Chester coming in with a solid unit. Like we said, a lot of communication. These guys know how to play with each other. And Lewis Leonard, even though with a successful 5-game regular season going 4-1, they most definitely have their hands full. Let's see if they are up for the test. We are just about ready to get underway. 21, Amir Bailey for Lewis Leonard, ready to take the tip. And Granberry for Chester on the other side.
Players just getting ready to line up and jump ball here.
Ball is up. And Chester takes the opening tip. Sharkey looking to get off where he started yesterday, and his first shot is off the mark. Amir Bailey with the rebound, gives it off to 50 Thomas, bringing it up the court. Sam Sessoms has the ball, but he gets fouled coming off the screen. It will be an offensive foul, actually. Amir Bailey moving when he set that one, and it's going back in the possession of Chester.
And just after watching these two possessions, you can already see not a lot of aggressiveness, but just the chippiness of these two teams. Lewis Leonard may be the 2 seed, but do not underestimate Chester's potential.
Chester has it in the corner. Keon Taylor going to the lane. He gets swatted away by Ahmad Gilbert, but it gets back in the hands of Chester. Stanley Davis Jr., who put on a show yesterday, gets some contact on the left side, but he can't finish.
This is just a great chance for Stanley Davis Jr. to go on the attack. Just couldn't get the shot to go in.
Amir Bailey short on the pull-up jumper there. Chester going the other way. Floater from Akeem Taylor. That is off the mark. Ahmad Gilbert gets the rebound, gives it off to Sam Sessoms, who was just playing for Penn State's Happy Valley TBT team. They went down just the other day, and he is back in Philadelphia, and he gets the bucket there. 2-pointer, the first 2 points of the game, and Lewis Leonard with the 2-point lead.
And Lewis Leonard strikes first. Of course, their Sam Sessom was the guy to do it.
Granberry, who had himself a day yesterday, pulls up from deep, can't get that one to fall. Keon Taylor, quick, bouncy offensive rebound, gets fouled on the way up, and he's going to get 2.
And I mentioned Lewis Leonard being offensively really good, but you got to attention to detail here and just box out the guard. You're going to see Keon Taylor run all the way from the corner there to go for the offensive rebound. You got to get a box out.
And those are the things that Chester does. They do the little things, and Lewis Leonard, as we mentioned, sometimes can be an ISO team. They're really going to have to hone in on those defensive adjustments, especially boxing out. Taylor
knocks down both those shots.
Knocks down both free throws. Notched up at 2 apiece with 2 minutes gone by in this opening quarter. Amir Bailey dives through the lane, gets the pass from 50 Thomas, and he finishes with ease. 4-2, Lewis Leonard. Stanley Davis Jr. gets caught up. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to stay in the possession of Chester.
Oh, is it really? Oh, no, they're going to jump it.
Yep, it's going to be a jump ball.
Sam Sessom did a good job of getting his hands on that ball there.
Stanley Davis Jr., a guy who's able to do all things you have to respect. His step-back shot from behind the arc, and he can also go to the rim and bully you at any time.
Yeah, definitely. When he gets his eyes on the rim, all he sees is ready. He's going straight for it.
Akeem Taylor gets it off the jump. Baseline fadeaway, and that is smooth. Nothing but net there. 4-4 in the early going of the first quarter. Marcus Thomas finds himself get caught up in the air. His foot touches the ground, and that is a travel.
And you got to pay attention to detail here. That's twice Stanley Davis Jr. wants Marcus Thomas to attack right, and he's drawing him that way because he knows he likes drawing left and go for the floater there.
Sharkey, the quick point guard, who can put you in a blender at any time. The deep fadeaway 3 that thought he got hit on the elbow. A little bit off the mark, hits the top of the backboard. Back in possession of Lou Leonard.
Slow game for these guys, don't you think?
Definitely a slow start to the opening quarter. This happened yesterday in the game that we had with Chester Brotherly Love. I assume that it gets picked up pretty soon, but will be a turnover from Sam Sessoms. A little bit of a miscue from him and 50 Thomas there. Stanley Davis going to bring it up the court for Chester. Stanley Davis, Granberry sets the screen on the left side, decides not to use it. In the corners, Akeem gives it back out to Davis Jr. Davis Jr. takes the left screen, and that's an easy bucket on the dime from him to Granberry. And Chester has found themselves a lead, and they get a steal there by Granberry. Push it up to Davis Jr., loses it for a second, finds himself under the rim, and he gets fouled on the way up, and they're going to get 2 free throws.
And this is where Chester is at their best. When they get a chance to run in transition, ill-advised pass by Marcus Thomas and Stanley Davis Jr. passes the ball just to get it back down low and gets fouled by Ahmad Gilbert.
And, I think Chester, with getting that game under their belt yesterday against Brotherly Love, they come in here, seems like they have a little bit more pace to their game, and Lou Leonard needs to get on their feet a little bit.
We're going to get Ray Somerville into the game now. Try and stop all the commotion down low.
Ray Somerville subs out. Rashad Johnson, number 1. Amir Bailey off the missed free throw, gets the rebound. Ahmad Gilbert, who has a shot, won't take it. Turns it over to Akeem Taylor, who you mentioned all day yesterday is a phenomenal defender.
Yeah, you just look at him on the steal there. And Josh Sharkey on the attack. He kicks it over to Richard Granberry.
Josh Sharkey, who did it all yesterday, scoring-wise and penetrating the lane, getting guys open, and did that just there by giving it to Granberry. Amir Bailey finds himself on the baseline, takes the hook through the middle, can't get it to fall. Akeem Taylor looking to pass it, almost loses it. Sharkey has it. Goes through the lane. The sky hook is off the mark, but there's nobody home for Lou Leonard. And that is a slow start for Lou Leonard, and Chester gets off to a fast 11-4 lead with just 3:48 to go in the first quarter. This is the SFBN broadcast presented by Philadelphia Tropical Treats. We will be right back for the rest of the first quarter. Back for the final of the fourth quarter, 3 minutes to go. Chester bounces out to a 11-4 early lead. A little bit of a slow start for Lou Leonard, but Marcus 50 Thomas tries to get him back into the game with a nice pull-up J there. That goes 11-6 now. He gets a steal going the other way, turns it over right back to Chester. Akeem Taylor with quick hands. Davis Jr. going the other way, dishes it off to Granberry. He almost loses it. Davis Jr. from the corner, in and out. Sessoms passes it up to 50 Thomas. The pull-up 3 is good.
And Marcus Thomas is at his best when he's scoring the ball. For some reason, he wants to try and get his teammates into the game, which is good, but it's not his strong suit. What he needs to do is stick to what he knows and just be comfortable at scoring when he gets the chance.
3 minutes to go in this first quarter. 11-9. Sharkey thought he got a little bit of contact on the way up on that 3, and it still falls. 5-point lead for Chester in this opening quarter.
And Marcus Thomas is going to go one-on-one. He has the mismatch right now on Taylor. He's going to take it and is down for a fadeaway shot.
One of the best one-on-one players in this league is proven it time and time again. 50 Thomas, three buckets in a row. That fadeaway from the baseline, smooth move. Sharkey getting a bucket on the other end, 16-11 now. Chester gets back to a 5-point lead. 50 Thomas looking for a 4th bucket in a row. He rises up, and that's just a bit short. Davis Jr. gets the long rebound. He is taking it the other way. Davis Jr. spin move. Lay is no good, just left it a little bit short on the finger roll. 50 Thomas going the other way. This is off to Ray Somerville, and that is an easy jam. No one home for Chester. 3-point lead for Chester now, 16-11.
Yeah, Marcus Thomas is making the safe choice instead of trying to take it for himself. He goes and up for a shot and then goes up for the pass and gives to Ray Somerville for the nice slam inside.
16-13 now. Doesn't matter though. Chester knocks down the deep 2 from Granberry, 18-13. Just over a minute to go in this opening quarter. 50 Thomas taking it down low on Keon Taylor. The fade away on the other baseline. He gets knocked on the elbow on the way up. He's going to go to the charity stripe for 2.
Yeah, that's just Marcus Thomas doing his homework. He knows he wants to switch on Taylor. He gets it right here off the screen from Johnson. He going one-on-one here, right to his spot, and just getting the contact.
And 50 Thomas has had a good start in this opening quarter, but Sam Sessum's not put up a shot yet. What have you seen out of that?
Well, it's just early passing and ill-advised, really. Chester's defense in transition is just really overpowered here. Something you don't want to do is have ill-advised throw-aheads at half court when your offense isn't set yet.
A minute to go in this opening quarter. 18-15 is the lead for Chester. Stanley Davis Jr. high off the glass, comes up a little short. Sam Sessums gives it to Rashad Johnson. 50 Thomas throws it up high for Bailey, and that is an easy bucket. It is now a 1-point lead for Chester, 18-17. And Lou Leonard wants a timeout to talk things over quickly. Excuse me, Stanley Davis Jr. knocked up a little bit on the other end off the missed free throw. We are going to have to take a quick break with 40 seconds to go in this opening quarter. 18-17 is the lead for Chester. Back for the final moments of this opening quarter. 18-17 is the lead for Chester. Just a 1-point deficit after getting out to a hot start. They had 11-4 lead. Marcus Thomas had some things to say about it. Got his team back within one. Sharkey with the step back, and he is money.
Yeah, Josh Sharkey just taking advantage of the longer defender there of Marcus Thomas, expecting the drive there, but instead Sharkey takes it for himself for three.
Marcus Thomas driving through the lane. He's taken the reins of the offense so far for Lou Leonard. He is going to the charity stripe once again. 21-17, 4-point lead for Chester. As we saw just before that stoppage of play was Stanley Davis Jr. He went down, came down hard on his left ankle. He's getting some treatment right now on the bench. He walked it off, folks, so hopefully he can enter back in this game. We saw yesterday how much of a talented player he is. But nonetheless, it is now a 2-point game, 21-19. Chester seemingly going to hold it for the final shot. Sharkey has it with Marcus Thomas guarding him closely.
And now Marcus Thomas is playing up close. Doesn't want a three nor a drive to the basket.
Sharkey with 5 seconds to go. Sharkey, the pull-up three. He gets hit, and the foul.
And the most impressive thing about that shot was it was over two defenders instead of the one.
Sharkey picking up where he left off from his performance yesterday has been money. Back-to-back threes, both possessions, and this one, he's going to get a free throw, trying to make it a 4-point play. What a finish to the first quarter for Josh Sharkey.
Yeah, Stanley Davis Jr. going down for a little bit. Josh Sharkey said he's going to take the offensive power on his back.
And that is going to be all for the first quarter. 23-19 is the lead for Chester. That is all from this broadcast from the first quarter, presented by Philadelphia Tropical Treats. We will be right back for the second quarter. Back for the second quarter. of the quarterfinals between Chester and Lou Leonard. Second day of the playoffs for the Brotherly Love Pro-Am, and Chester finds himself with a 4-point lead after the first quarter. Josh Sharkey has been scorching through the first 2 games of these playoffs, but he misses that one, and 50 Thomas gets the rebound. He's going the other way.
And right now, Marcus Thomas is trying to do it himself. His partner in crime has not showed up today. Wondering will he'll check in mentally.
Sam Sessoms most definitely has been quiet, but he hasn't now. Looking to make an impact here with Sharkey, who's shown he had plenty of steals yesterday, a lot of on-ball defense. Sessoms almost loses it there. Gives it off to 50 Thomas. 50 Thomas, the little hesitation move, goes down with the fadeaway, and he gets it to go. What a tough shot from the baseline. 50 Thomas.
And it's impressive move right there. Akeem Taylor is one of the better defenders, if not the best defender on Chester's team, and he's trying his best to slow down Marcus Thomas. And Richard Granberry on the other end.
Chester going the other way. 2 back-to-back tough shots for Lou Leonard and Chester. That makes it 27-21. Chester in front. And Ahmad Gilbert
doing what he likes to do best, operating corner threes on the wing.
Ahmad Gilbert, that is his first bucket, but he can get going very, very quickly. Granberry through the legs, step back 3 is no good. Just off the mark. Lou Leonard looking to go the other way. The pull-up 3 from 50 Thomas is money. Back-to-back 3-pointers for Lou Leonard, and they find themselves just down 1.
You're understanding that he has to be just a little bit selfish to keep his team in this game right now. He's doing a great job at utilizing the play here.
On-ball foul from Sam Sessoms, trying to stay in front of the insanely fast Josh Sharkey.
Yeah, Josh Sharkey just putting on a dribble display here against Sam Sessoms.
Substitution
just trying to
here.
Keep himself in this game.
Akeem Taylor gets subbed out by Keon Taylor. Possession remains in Chester's favor. Sharkey, the ball by half court, takes it down by the right wing. The step back in the corner, just a little long. 50 Thomas, Lou Leonard with the possession, looking to take their lead. Another turnover from 50 Thomas.
Yeah, it's either score the ball or make a safer pass if you're Marcus Thomas. Every time he tries to throw the ball in transition, it ends up in the hands of Chester.
And there is Chester with an answer. That is Jazier with the 3-pointer. A smooth stroke from him. 30-27 is the lead for Chester. Sam Sessoms on the way up. Basket is good and one. It seemed like maybe it was on the floor, but Sam Sessoms finally gets himself on the stat sheet, and he is going to the line looking for a 3-point play.
Oh, believe it or not, James, I just remembered that he actually ended up having the opening bucket in the beginning of the game, but he's been so cold since it kind of feels like that he hasn't been scoring all day.
I actually did forget that he did have the opening bucket. It was a left-handed layup.
Yeah.
Excuse me, folks. That is his second bucket of the night. That is his 5th point with that free throw. Makes it a 3-point play. And this one is all notched up at 30 apiece. Chester, the 7th seed, in a tie game with the 2 seed, Lewis Leonard, with 5 minutes to go in this second quarter. Keon Taylor on the left wing decides not to use the screen from Granberry. Jazier from deep. That is off the mark. Made his last one, misses that one. Rashad Johnson takes it down the lane in transition. That will be a blocking foul.
Yeah, Rashad Johnson just trying to look for Sam Sessoms in transition. Couldn't find him. Luckily, if you're brotherly love, you get the blocking foul and your possession back.
So why do you think that the turnovers have been such a problem for Lewis Leonard here in the early going?
Well, Marcus Thomas wants to be the dominant scorer, but he also can't do it himself, and neither can Sam Sessoms. Trying to get their guys warmed up in this game has definitely been a struggle here, and Chester, just being the players they are, have such active hands. No matter where they are, they're always going to try and get their hands on the ball.
On that possession, Marcus Kennedy came up short in the corner on that 3-pointer. Chester gets the rebound there, going the other way. Step back from Keon Taylor is no good. Kicks it out to a wide open Granberry. Hard to leave him open like that, but Lewis Leonard's fortunate. Granberry comes up short. Ahmad Gilbert has it on the left wing. The pure stroke. Oh, almost makes a man fall on the step back mid-range, and that is money. And giving Lewis Leonard their first lead is 32-30 now. Wow, what a move from Ahmad Gilbert.
Yeah, Richard Granberry out there making Chester defenders play twister, getting that basket.
Excuse me, Lewis Leonard's first lead since the opening bucket, but their first lead in a very long time now. It is 32-30 with just over 4 minutes to go.
Look at the screen here. The two-man game from Sharkey and Granberry just working to perfection there, ultimately leading him to the free throw line.
Free throw line. Here's Granberry. His first one is up and good. 32-31 is the lead for Lou Leonard.
And Akeem Taylor coming back into this game, trying to slow down Marcus Thomas. That's going to be his defensive assignment.
Second one is no good off the back rim from Granberry. They retain possession, but they are not able to convert on the three-pointer there. Rashad Johnson misses it. And it's going to be possession Chester. They are down one with just over 3 minutes to go. It was a little bit of a slow start, Zay, for Lou Leonard. How do you think they responded and were able to bounce back?
Marcus Thomas is coming out of the timeout and realizing that he has the ability to score. You don't have to play make. Though Sam Sessom is definitely the more dominant scorer on the team, your role isn't just defined by one thing.
And it was definitely a little bit surprising to see the slow start because this is the playoffs, folks, and it is win or go home. No double elimination. You lose and you are gone. But with that being said, Marcus Thomas with the fadeaway there, he's been money. Besides the turnovers, all this first half, 34-31 is the lead for Lou Leonard. Akeem Taylor on the pull-up J gets hit on the elbow, and he is going to the line looking for a three-point play.
And if you're a Lewis Leonard, defensively, you got to work on boxing out and better closeouts because that's the second time they've fouled a jump shooter, and he's going to the line.
Right there, and at the end of the first quarter for Sharkey. And earlier in the first quarter, Sharkey made a three that he thought he got hit on, and there was no call. So maybe it could have been three fouls on jump shots there for Lou Leonard. But Marcus Thomas continuing to respond on the other end there. Delay from 50 Thomas, and it is 36-33. 3-point lead with a minute 42 go in this first half. Possession is Lou Leonard. Sam Sessoms has it. Gives it back to 50 Thomas. 50. Taking it into his own hands. Has it on the left wing. Dishes it out to a wide open Ahmad Gilbert. Just off the mark, left rim. Keon Taylor with the rebound. Looking to score for Chester. Dishes it off to Granberry. Not a wise decision. It's a turnover. Marcus Kennedy, another turnover on the other end. And here's Granberry. Kicks it out to the corner. Keon Taylor, a wide open three. Short. Ahmad Gilbert gives it off to Sam Sessoms. Here's 50 Thomas. A minute to go in this opening half. That's short from Sam Sessoms, but an easy offensive rebound, making it a 5-point lead for Lewis Leonard.
And Ray Strickland, coach for Chester, really wanting to foul there on Ahmad Gilbert for basically hovering over Josh Sharkey on the inbound pass.
And nobody able to stay in front of Josh Sharkey. Sam Sessoms has been having trouble staying in front of Sharkey during this first half. Gets the easy lane with nobody home in the paint. 38-35 is the lead for Lewis Leonard. Sam Sessoms has it, kicks it out. That three is no good. Chester looking to score before the end of the half, and Granberry's going to get an easy left-handed slam. 5 seconds to go in this opening half. 50 Thomas has it. It's going to be a blocking foul. Chester's coach does not like it one bit. It's a 1-point game currently, 38-37. And that will be the end of the half. No free throws there for 50 Thomas. A little bit of a commotion here. Chester's coach, like I mentioned, not happy with that call.
Yeah, Ray Strickland is really heated about the call on Akeem Taylor being a blocking.
Seems that will be all for the first half, though, folks. 38-37. Lou Leonard falling short in the first quarter, but able to bounce back. What did you see in that first 20 minutes there?
Well, we thought Sam Sessoms was going to be the big call of the game here for Lewis Leonard, but it's really Marcus Thomas just holding his own. Though he has a lot of turnovers, and Lewis Leonard has a lot of turnovers collectively as a team themselves, Marcus Thomas has definitely been the player of the game for them, doing it and hitting it on all cylinders. And he's just been finding his spots and doing a great job of putting the ball in the basket and getting his teammates involved.
38-37 is the lead for Lewis Leonard here in the opening game of the quarterfinals for this Brotherly Love Pro-Am. This is the SFBN broadcast presented by Philadelphia Tropical Treats. We will be back for the second half. Back for a quick halftime interview here. We have Xavier with 50 Thomas, who had a very impressive first half. Xavier, take it away.
What is up, basketball fans? I'm Xavier Johnson, and I'm here with Lewis Leonard star Marcus Thomas. How you doing, Marcus?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
All right, close game right now. 1 point up against Chester. What do you feel like you guys are doing well, and what do you feel like they're doing to keep this such a close game?
I feel like we're just playing with effort right now. We just got to get better offensively and play a little bit of better defense.
All right. What changes do you feel like you guys need to make in the second half to spread the gap?
It's all about defense. Defense wins games. We play defense right now, we win the game.
And how do you feel that you are as playing as one of the leaders on the team?
I'm playing well. I just got to do a better leading them and being positive with my teammates.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, close game right now between Chester and Lewis Leonard. 1 point game, 38-37. Lewis Leonard's up. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Xavier. We appreciate that insight. With 50 Thomas, 38-37 is the lead for Lou Leonard. From the SFBN broadcast presented by Philadelphia Tropical Treats, I am James Urban here with Zay Ellis. We will be back for the second half. We are back for the second half of the Chester Lewis Leonard here for the quarterfinals of the playoffs for the Brotherly Love Pro-Am. I am James Urban here alongside my color commentator, Zay Ellis. Zay, 38-37 is the lead for Lou Leonard. What did you see in that first half?
Well, Marcus Thomas did a great job of leading his team offensively and scoring. And as you can see there on your screen, he's just replicating the performance he had to end the first half, just holding the load here. Hopefully Sam Sessom can turn up just a little bit to help with the scoring load. And then on the other end, Chester, even though they lost Stanley Davis Jr., they've still been doing a great job at staying in this ball game.
Picking up exactly where he left off. 50 Thomas with the fadeaway on the baseline. We've seen that many times so far tonight, just in that opening half. And like you just mentioned, a big loss for Chester. Stanley Davis Jr. came down hard on the left ankle. He was getting treatment on the bench, but he is no longer visible in the gym, so not too high of hopes for his return for Chester. Definitely a big blow. The 7 seed now losing one of their best scorers, taking on the 2 seed, Lou Leonard. Definitely lacking some scoring now, seeing if they can bounce back and come back nonetheless, even though losing one of their best guys. There's Granberry. A little bit long on that three-pointer. 50 Thomas with the first bucket in this half, giving Lou Leonard the 3-point lead, 40-37. He has it once again, gets doubled, kicks it out to a wide open Ahmad Gilbert, and that is money. A hot start for Lou Leonard in this second half, and that's a 6-point lead.
And that's exactly what Marcus Thomas wanted to do in the beginning of the game, is to draw defenders toward him. That way he can make and provide open shots for teammates like Ahmad Gilbert, who's one of the better shooters in his league.
Now we got a little bit more energy here in the gym. The MC is in the building. Josh Sharkey going the other way. He gets fouled on the way up. Nobody can stay in front of him. He is going to get 2.
Yeah, foul's going to be on Ahmad Gilbert. Josh Sharkey just on the attack, hitting the lane there, trying to just swim through all the defenders he can get to and get the 2. He's going to get the 2 points easy way, though, at the free throw line.
Sharkey. His first one is up. And no good. In and out there. 7:30 to go in the second half. In this third quarter, Josh Sharkey's second free throw rattles in that time. Now a 5-point game, 43-38. Going to be an early timeout from Lou Leonard here. They want to talk things over in the opening moments of this second half. 43-38 is the lead for Lewis Leonard. 7 minutes to go in this third quarter. SFBN presented by Philadelphia Tropical Treats. We will be right back. Back after a short break there, just a quick timeout from Lou Leonard. Sam Sessoms bringing it inbound the ball, gives it off to Rashad Johnson, gives it to 50 Thomas, who's going to bring it up the court. Lou Leonard with the 5-point lead. 50 gets doubled quickly. Opening of that possession, Chester almost converts on the steal. Not quite able to get it. 50 Thomas crediting Chester's defense, telling them good adjustment.
No, definitely. The double team is definitely going to be needed to stop Marcus Thomas from scoring and passing the ball. They see that it makes them very uncomfortable and provides a lot of turnovers for them.
50 Thomas, can he be stopped? Another turnover again from him. Had a few of those in the first half. Akeem Taylor takes advantage of the turnover, going coast to coast there, going to get 2 free throws.
As you can see here, he's dribbling right into a double team. And Akeem Taylor just doing a great job at getting the ball and going downhill against Marcus Thomas. Sorry, lost my train of thought there.
Akeem Taylor's first free throw is up and good, making it a 4-point game. 43-39. Lead in favor of Lou Leonard. Second one is up. And good. Makes both.
Now, if you're Lewis Leonard, I was just about to say, you would want someone else besides Marcus Thomas to bring down the ball. That way, he can be open to go one-on-one instead of having the ball the entire time.
Marcus Kennedy takes it on the right side, not able to finish there. Granberry coast to coast. Just misses the lay-in there. Ray Somerville with the rebound gives it off to Sam Sessoms. Sam Sessoms, a little bit of a slow start there in the first half. Just 5 points, looking to get it going here, giving his team the 3-point lead. Rashad Johnson takes it home to the lane. Easy lay-in. Some contact through the finish. No call. 45-40 lead for Lou Leonard.
Yeah, Rashad Johnson just doing a great job at taking the smaller Sharkey to the lane. As good as the defender Sharkey is, size will always be size, and utilizing that to his advantage.
Sharkey, the step back three, just short, was online. Just came up a little bit short. 50 Thomas going the other way, coast to coast. Not able to finish it, but Ray Somerville is doing exactly what he does. Offensive rebounds and putbacks.
And he's just doing his job. Running the fast break, making sure Thomas wasn't by himself, and just being available to clean up the missed opportunity.
And as expected here in the second half, MC in the building, more and more people coming into the gym to watch these Brotherly Love Pro-Am playoffs, and now the energy is here. 7-point lead for Lou Leonard. 50 Thomas dishes it down to Ray Somerville, but he gets it blocked from behind, not able to finish it. Ray Sharkey showing his speed once again, dishes it off, and very nice assist. And there's Jazier down low for Chester, making it a 5-point game.
Yeah, Josh Sharkey doing a great job with a nice dump-off pass to Jazier on the other end, and Marcus Thomas turns the ball over yet again.
Marcus Thomas, been amazing on the offensive end aside from his turnovers. Looking to cut down on those. Just under 4 minutes to go. Granberry looking to cut the lead a little bit shorter, and he does exactly that, making it 47-44. Chester staying in this thing.
Yeah, Lewis Leonard definitely could have a higher and better advantage there if they're not turning the ball over, but their defense is really rattling Lewis Leonard and their players.
Lou Leonard, wide open floater there in the lane from Marcus Kennedy, but he comes up short. Not able to convert on that high percentage shot. Chester taking the other way with 3 minutes to go. Granberry has it. Goes through the lane, gets it back outside. Some crossovers here. A step back from Granberry. Just short, the rebound to Sam Sessoms.
Sam Sessoms, he's looking to try and do a throw ahead, but he's going to go one-on-one here. Not if Akeem Taylor has something to say about it.
Lou Leonard guarded by Akeem Taylor, and that is a FaceTime three-pointer right in a great defender's face, and Akeem Taylor gives Lou Leonard the 6-point lead. What a tough shot from Sam Sessoms.
Yeah, Sam Sessoms. He may not have to score all the points, but he definitely is scoring when his team really needs it, and that was a huge shot this late in the third quarter.
Both teams going back and forth, trading buckets in this third quarter. Keon Taylor gives it to the other corner, Jazier. He comes up short on the corner three. Sam Sessoms looking to increase Lou Leonard's lead after making his last three. 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. He loses it. Stays in Lou Leonard's possessions. 50 Thomas has it on the right wing. He gets fouled on a reach by Sharkey, but it's not a reach and foul, actually. They thought 50 Thomas was using his elbows a little too much, and Sharkey creates the turnover there. 50 Thomas may be approaching double-digit turnovers here.
I would not be surprised. Every time the ball is in his hands, it's either a good thing or a bad thing for his team. Nevertheless, they still have a 6-point lead here, nearing the end of this third quarter.
Keon Taylor dishes it out to a wide-open Akeem, and that is way long. Doesn't touch anything. Granberry not able to control the ball, sailing over the rim, and it's going back in favor of Lou Leonard. They have the 6-point lead. 1 minute to go in this third quarter. Who is going to be sent home, Lou Leonard or Chester? Granberry blocks Sam Sessom's right-handed lay. Ahmad Gilbert fouls Taylor in transition. Chester's head coach asking for a take foul.
It was a great foul by Ahmad Gilbert. He knows he does not have the physical speed to get the stop. So fouling in transition in a half-court setting. Because it was half-court, it will not be a take foul. So it will remain Chester's ball on the floor.
Chester still remaining down to 6 points. Sharkey gives it down to the corner to Granberry. 52 seconds to go in this third quarter. Chester trying to cut this lead down before we enter the final quarter. Keon Taylor has it on the right wing. He goes down in the lane, gets his own miss, and lays it back up and in. What a tough finish from Keon Taylor.
Definitely scoring amongst the trees there. Keon Taylor, usually a facilitator for his team, calling his own number on the offensive rebound, making this a 4-point game.
Marcus Kennedy takes the deep three. Nobody's on him. Off the mark, just off the back rim. Lou Leonard not able to get the offensive board. Josh Sharkey and Marcus Kennedy were fighting for it, and it's Chester's possession.
One thing about basketball is no matter how big of an offensive outpour you're doing, if you don't win the 50-50 ball, your chances of winning a basketball game are very slim to none, and Chester has just been doing that, whether it's offensive rebounds or just utilizing defensive chances.
10 seconds to go in this third quarter. Chester down 4. Here's Keon Taylor looking to get something before the end of the quarter. Kicks it out. Granberry's three. Way long, and that's going to be a 4-point deficit for Chester heading into the final quarter. 50-46 is the lead for Lou Leonard here in this opening quarterfinal game for the Brotherly Love playoffs here. An exciting opener for the quarterfinals in this Pro-Am. This is SFBN presented by Philadelphia Tropical Treats. Who is going to be sent home, Chester or Lou Leonard? We will find out in this final quarter. We will be back for the fourth. Here for the final quarter between the 7-seed Chester and the 2-seed Lou Leonard. Both these teams going back and forth. Here's Sharkey going coast to coast. He can't finish. The lead is 50-46 for Lou Leonard. Like I mentioned, both these teams going back and forth. It has been physical. Chester, especially on the defensive end, creating a lot of turnovers. Here's Sharkey to Granberry, and he gets fouled on the way up. 2 early free throws here in the final quarter for Granberry, looking to make it a 2-point game. Granberry to the charity stripe.
And the referees are really letting them be really aggressive here and choosing when to blow the whistle and when not to. The crowd not really liking that foul. Maybe you should call it earlier when they were going back and forth, but it's going to be a really close game with the whistles this tight.
And I've been really impressed with just the on-ball defense of Chester. They realize that Lou Leonard's game is tough shot-making ability, and they have responded to that with just pressing the ball.
Yeah, it's a really good defensive strategy when the 2 of your favorite ball handlers are also 2 of your best scorers. So it's not like they're looking to pass the ball to anyone else who can handle the ball as much as they do.
The first one was no good from Granberry, but the second one falls, making it a 3-point game, 50-47. Ahmad Gilbert on the other end comes up short on that straightaway 3-pointer. Chester going the other way. Keon Taylor gives it up to Akeem Taylor. Akeem Taylor going baseline. Few too many steps there from Akeem Taylor. Good defense from Lou Leonard. That'll be a turnover going back in the possession of Lou Leonard.
Yeah, Lou Leonard did a great job at keeping their composure on the baseline after Akeem Taylor drive there. Lou Leonard now looking to keep the momentum going for themselves in this lead.
50 Thomas 8 minutes to go in this final quarter. The pull-up is money.
And Ray Strickland is now on the other side of the court going back and forth with the referees.
Ray Strickland has to be careful, folks, because he is on the other three-point line, and he could very well get a technical. He is in the face of the refs here. 50 Thomas makes the pull-up J, making it a 5-point game. And Ray Strickland is on the other sideline in the bench of Lou Leonard. He is in the face. And now Chester's players going to escort him to the other side to where he belongs. He needs to stay on his own bench before he gets a technical.
And that escalated very fast. If you're Chester, this is something you don't want to do as you're losing in this game. You don't want to give Lewis Leonard any opportunity to keep the lead they have. This late in the game, you want to try and keep your composure as best as you can to finish this game out.
So the world's right out of my mouth. I was about to say that they need to keep their composure. It is only a 5-point game. That pull-up jumper could very well be the decider, but it could very well not be the decider. You can't let it be too much of a factor. Ray Strickland, back at half court, definitely needs to stay on his bench. His players trying to bring him back. Hasn't been happy with the referees this entire game, though. No,
it hasn't. Like I've said, they've been very selective as to when to blow a whistle and when not to. And ultimately, it's looking like they're trying to decide whether Lewis Leonard's going to hit a free throw. It looks like they will.
Seems that a technical was called on Ray Strickland for going to the other bench, which is fully understandable from the refs. That is definitely not allowed. There's a coach's box for a reason. And 50 Thomas converts on the technical free throw, 53-47. The MC here for the Pro-Am coming to Chester's bench, trying to calm down Strickland. The lead is 6 points for Lou Leonard, 53-47. A little bit of commotion there, but Sharkey finds his man, Keon Taylor, on the other end, and that will be a wide open reverse dunk for 50 Thomas. Hanging on the rim a little bit, showing what he's made of. And now it's an 8-point lead for Lou Leonard. This lead ballooning a little bit. Like we said, you got to keep your composure, and that led to a technical free throw and then a missed turnover to a wide open dunk for Lou Leonard. It was just a 3-point game, 50-47. Now 5 straight points for Lou Leonard, 55-47. An 8-point lead, 7:20 to go in this final quarter. Let's see if Chester has anything left in the tank. Kick ball here. Chester, Ray Strickland, not happy with the referees this entire game, and of course Stanley Davis Jr. going down with the left ankle injury. Nonetheless, just an 8-point deficit for them. Lots of time left, especially with the Elam ending. Akeem Taylor has something to say about it, making it a 6-point game. A quick response, 55-49.
Yeah, this fourth quarter has been very chippy to start. Hopefully tempers can be kept cool and we can finish this game all the way out. That way we have a victor and moving on to the next game.
50 Thomas almost gets caught in the air once again, but he's able to find Ahmad Gilbert in the corner. But he does, that possession results in another turnover. 50 Thomas either getting a bucket or a turnover every single possession, it seems, when he has the ball. 6 minutes to go in this fourth quarter, just over 6 minutes. Seems that there's a sweat spot on the court after a lot of loose balls here in this second half. Chester playing aggressive defense, trying to create a lot of turnovers. What have you seen so far in the second half from both teams?
Now the aggressiveness is just really showing, but now Lewis Leonard is actually reciprocating it on both ends of the court here. Lewis Leonard, Marcus Thomas has been doing a great job at guarding Josh Sharkey, knowing he's the primary ball handler. He's gonna be the guy to get the ball in his hands. Want to slow him down as much as you can, because if you can clog him up, the rest of the game slows down, because who else is going to get the entry pass to Richard Granberry, hit Keon Taylor in the corner? It all starts with Josh Sharkey, and then utilizing the advantage of not having Stanley Davis Jr. on the court as well.
It is 55-49, a 6-point lead for Lou Leonard. As most folks know who tune in regularly, the Elam ending comes with a stoppage of play of 4 minutes. Whoever has the lead, you add 8. An attempted lob to Rashad Johnson from 50 Thomas, not able to connect, but it stays in their possession.
They really trying to have a Showtime-like content going on this late in the game.
Marcus Kennedy through the lane, gets fouled on the way up, and he is going to get 2 free throws. Seems like the energy has just been lost a little bit in these last few minutes for Chester, huh?
No, definitely. After the Ray Strickland technical foul, you can see the wind in their sails has definitely gone into the direction of Lewis Leonard and compromising them into becoming the ultimate victors of this game.
And before these 2 free throws are shot, seems like Chester wants to talk things over, which makes complete sense. They've lost their composure a little bit in these last few minutes. Nonetheless, they are still in this thing. They are just down 6 points. The score is 55 to 49. 5:28 to go in this fourth quarter. The Elam ending awaits. Who will go home, the 7th seed Chester or the 2 seed Lewis Leonard? This has been SFBN presented by Philadelphia Tropical Treats. We will be right back for the end of this one. Here for the final 5 minutes and 30 seconds of this fourth quarter. The first free throw for Marcus Kennedy is up and good, giving the 2 seed Lou Leonard a 7-point lead, 56-49. The second one is also good, making it an 8-point lead, 57-49. Chester going the other way. Keon Taylor, and one. Lots of contact, able to finish through it. A quick response, a full court pass to number 1, Keon Taylor. A smart move by Josh Sharkey. He always makes the right play. Fouled by Sam Sessoms on the way up.
Yeah, if you're a middle school kid looking to try and make varsity on your high school team or your middle school team, you want to utilize exactly what Josh Sharkey did and use that throw-ahead pass. It always leads to good decisions.
And Sam Sessoms, he stayed straight up on that play, but he swatted down. Anytime you see the swat of an arm, it's going to be an automatic foul call from the ref. But that 3-point play makes it a 5-point game once again. Kennedy bullies Granberry. You do not see that too often. Granberry, who's been shown as one of the strongest players in this Pro-Am. Whoa! Akeem Taylor trying to blow the roof off the place. Had his head at the rim. Still results in a lay-in off the missed dunk. It's a 5-point lead. Still for Lou Leonard, 59-54. Stoppage of play here once again. They want to talk some things over. Lou Leonard with the timeout. 4 minutes to go. The Elam ending is about to be set. Who will go home, Chester or Lou Leonard? This is SFBN presented by Philadelphia Tropical Treats. The final of this one will be coming up in the closing moments. Back here for the Elam ending, set at 67. A quick shot from Marcus Kennedy, who's been feeling it. Sharkey going the other way. Nobody can stay in front of him, so they have no choice but to foul him. 59 to 54 is the lead for Lewis Leonard. The clock is off. The target score is 67. First to 67 advances, and the loser goes home. Akeem Taylor awaiting the inbounds pass here from the ref. Gives it to the wing. Off the mark, a quick shot. Granberry tries to secure the offensive rebound, but he can't quite retain it. And that will be the possession of Lou Leonard. 50 Thomas looking to get a little bit closer to the Elam ending 67. What does 50 Thomas have in his bag? Ahmad Gilbert on the other end, and that is money. The sharpshooter, Ahmad Gilbert, always comes in clutch with a 3.
Yeah, we've watched Ahmad Gilbert at one point explode for 29 points here in the Brotherly Love League. And we know for sure that his clutch shooting can definitely propel Lewis Leonard to a win.
2 offensive rebounds for Chester, and they are able to convert there finally. 56 to 62. Lou Leonard 5 points away from advancing in these Brotherly Love Pro-Am playoffs. Ahmad Gilbert, another step back 3. Just off the mark. An offensive rebound by 50 Thomas. A pull-up. Wow, what a shot from the free throw line. Fade away with somebody all over him. And Lou Leonard is just 3 points away from sending Chester home. Keon Taylor, a wild layup there. Doesn't touch the rim, but Akeem Taylor on the follow gets fouled, and he's going to be getting 2 free throws here.
Yeah, Marcus Thomas on the other end is just sensing blood in the water, and Keon Taylor does a great job at going downhill. 1, slowing the game down. 2, getting 2 shots the easy way, trying to get his team closer to this score here.
Lou Leonard done a phenomenal job of being able to create space in this lead from Chester, getting timely buckets from 50 Thomas and Ahmad Gilbert along the way. It is a 7-point game off that second missed free throw from Akeem Taylor. 64 to 57 is the lead for Lewis Leonard. 50 Thomas from way outside tried to have a dramatic ending there to advance his team. Comes up a little bit short. Sharkey gives it off to Richardson.
Yeah, if you're
easy dunk.
Yeah, if you're Lewis Leonard, you want to end the game, but you want to end the game the right way. Ill-advised shots like that from long range is not going to do it unless it's in your bag.
Definitely a waste of possession here, but 50 Thomas has it. Picks up his dribble. Gives it to Rashad Johnson on the back down. He's off the mark on the left side. Josh Sharkey, his team's down 5. Gives it to the corner. Chester, money. It is a 2-point game just like that. That is why you cannot waste possessions, folks. 64 to 62. Lou Leonard finds themselves in a little bit of trouble, and they want a timeout.
And that's exactly why that 3-point shot Marcus Thomas took is going to really hurt them. Chester, like I said, they like playing in transition, so long mid-range threes is only going to lead to open, fast break buckets.
Back-to-back buckets, a lay-in and a corner 3-pointer for Chester. They find themselves just down 2. Chester 5 points away from the Elam ending. Lou Leonard 3 points away from the Elam ending. This has gone a lot closer than expected, folks. Who will take it and who will advance to the second round? We will be right back for the Elam ending to 67. (64 to 62). Lou Leonard with the lead. 50 Thomas has it. Will they decide to take a 3? He goes through the lane, and the free throw line jumper for 21. Marcus Kennedy is up and good. 66 to 62. We just mentioned during the timeout, say that they didn't need a 3 and they didn't take it. Granberry with the easy left-handed jam. 66 to 64. Chester in dire need of a stop. A 3 or a 2 ends this thing. Even just a free throw. 50 Thomas has it. Takes the step back 3. Off the mark. Doesn't touch anything.
And Akeem Taylor with the clutch defense down the stretch. He's been the best defensive player for Chester the entire game, and he took on a challenge of stopping Marcus Thomas on that shot.
And just like that, folks, Chester is a 3-pointer away from being a 7 seed and advancing past the quarterfinals to the semis. Do they have what it takes? Ray Strickland drawing up a play for his team. What do you think he's drawing up here, Zay? Do you think they're gonna go for a 3 or try to tie the game up?
What I think they're going to do is just keep playing Chester basketball. They can either get an open 3 if Josh Sharkey attacks the lane and finds an open guy, or they can go up for an and 1 and try to get it the hard way. But if you're Lewis Leonard, you want to try your best to get the ball and advance it as fast as you can in order to win this game.
I would suspect, out of all things for defensive strategy, Lou Leonard is going to be all over the 3-point line. Anything but a 3 is what I'm assuming for Lou Leonard. That is definitely their mindset. Chester down 2. The score is 66-64. Sharkey with the ball at the top of the key. 50 Thomas is on him. Sharkey for the win, off the mark. Kennedy with the rebound. 50 Thomas going the other way. He gets doubled. Was it a turnover or did it get tipped? Seemed that it might have gotten tipped off Sharkey. I agree with the call. 50 Thomas almost losing it. Gets tipped out of bounds by Chester. And they are going to have a baseline out of bounds. Lou Leonard, 1 point a game. Here's Ahmad Gilbert. He's short.
Josh Sharkey with the rebound going the other way.
Josh Sharkey. Will Chester take a 3 or will they go for the tie? Sharkey. Sharkey has it with 50 Thomas draped all over him.
They've been going one-on-one all day.
Sharkey, a wide open corner 3 from Akeem Taylor is good! And Lou Leonard chokes the lead, and Chester is advancing to the semifinal. The 7 seed, 2 back-to-back wins in this Brotherly Love Pro-Am playoffs. The 7 seed takes down the 2 seed Lou Leonard. What a comeback in the closing moments. 67-66. What a win for Chester. Akeem Taylor gets the assist from Josh Sharkey and drills the corner 3.
And we mentioned out at the timeout that Chester was going to try to get Josh Sharkey the ball. He was going to attack and find the open guy. I didn't have no idea it was going to be Akeem Taylor, one of the better defenders on Chester's team. He did a great job at stopping the shot, to send it and give them another possession. On the other end, he cans the corner 3, sealing their victory, leading them to another game tomorrow.
And Zay, Josh Sharkey just continuing to make the right plays time and time again. 50 Thomas draped all over him. He penetrates the lane and kicks it out to a wide open player in Akeem Taylor. And he drills it. The net got stuck. It touched literally nothing but nylon. And gives the 7 seed Chester the 1 point victory. 67-66. They beat out Chester to the Elam ending. And we have Xavier on the sideline with Akeem Taylor, who hit the game winner. Xavier, take it away.
Welcome back, fans, and what a game we just had. I am here with Chester player Akeem Taylor. Now, what a shot that was. How do you feel about that shot at the end?
It's good, you know. They just told me to stay ready. I'm the youngest on the team, so just be ready when my number called.
Now, you guys were down by almost as much as 10. What resilience did you guys just show here tonight, coming back and getting that win?
We from Chester. We know defense. That's all. That's all. Defense.
Now, you guys tomorrow face the winner of tonight's Red Rose Thunder and Rec 6. Who do you feel that you guys will be most interested in seeing tomorrow?
Whoever. It don't matter. That's all.
All right, congratulations on the game and nice shot.
Thank you.
All right, and what a game you guys saw tonight. Chester coming back with the win against Lewis Leonard. Tomorrow night will be Chester versus the winner of the next game between Rec 6 and Red Rose Thunder. You guys up next.
Thank you so much, Xavier. Akeem Taylor showing what Chester is all about. He mentioned Chester, it's all about heart, and that's exactly what they showed. Almost down 10, coming back all the way with the Elam ending to 67, and they were able to pull out the victory. Like Xavier mentioned, Chester awaits the final game tonight against Rec 6 Red Rose Thunder. The winner of that game will take on Chester. Coming up in this next one is Philly All-American against Coach Tone Elite. Both these teams looking to advance to the semifinals. Ben Hoyt will be on the call for the play-by-play, and I will stick around for color commentary on this next one. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been James Urban alongside Zay Ellis. SFBN presented by Philadelphia Tropical Treats. We will see you guys for the next one.
What a very entertaining finish to our first game. Chester upsets Leonard. James, you got to call that one, but now it's time for our second game between Coach Tone Elite and Philly All-American. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Ben Hoyt here with my good friend James Urban. And James, Philly All-American has a chip on their shoulder in this playoffs. 0-5 to start the season, got a big upset yesterday against Blue Magic. What do you expect of this Philly All-American squad?
Philly All-American 0-5 in the regular season, but they had very many tough few losses. They had plenty of leads, it just completely choked them, and it was only a matter of time until they got their first win, and it came in the playoffs against Blue Magic last night. They're led by Albert Ordero and number 23, John Hall, and I'm looking to see some of the same chip on their shoulder tonight.
Not only that, they have a special guest. 76ers Paul Reed is playing tonight for Philly All-American, but let's take a look at Coach Tone Elite. Coach Tone Elite had a bye week heading into the second round of the playoffs. They're 3-2. What do you expect out of Coach Tone?
Coach Tone Elite, they come in, they're a solid squad, they know exactly how to play, they're going to match up well against this Philly American squad, and I expect them to not treat Philly All-American like no-nonsense bunch. I think they're going to match their play style.
Without further ado, let's send it over to our sideline reporter, Greta Shustak. Greta, take it away.
I'm Greta Shustak with Sports Fanbase Network covering the second game of the night. Coming up, we have Philly All-American facing off against Coach Tone Elite. Last night, Philly All-American beat out Blue Magic with a 74-72 game. Will Philly All-American be able to pull it off again tonight, or will Coach Tone Elite advance to the semifinals? Let's find out. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Greta. Great insight as always. Pre-game festivities are over here from Benjamin Franklin High School. Game number 2 between Coach Tone Elite and Philly All-American. As no surprise, Paul Reed is going to be taking the tip for Philly All-American.
You gotta love the special surprises from these NBA players here in this Pro-Am. Paul Reed coming out tonight, and last night Quinn Cook, two-time NBA champ. Najee Marshall has shown his face here a few times. It's been a sight to see, you know.
Absolutely. Philly All-American starts with the ball. They go to the wing, stand back. Misses a 3, but he hit the game winner last time against Blue Magic. Very consistent from beyond the arc. Now Coach Tone, right wing, jumper, no good. Rebounded by Reed. Reed starts off with the ball, takes it coast to coast. Starts off at the wing. Has a significant height advantage. Kicks it out. Drive, shot, no good. Pulled in by Coach Tone. That's Josh Blaman.
And I should mention Paul Reed, contract matched by the Sixers, so he will be returning to Philadelphia for these next few seasons.
And here comes Philly All-American. Here's Whitaker. Drives to the left, shifts the defender. Shot, rims around, no good. Here comes Blaman. He'll take it himself. Kick to the corner. He's on the line. It'll go right back to Philly All-American.
Slow start here a little bit. Both teams not able to get one to fall, but I assume the pace of the play will pick up very quickly.
Pick set by Reed. Kick to the corner. Stand back. 3. No good. A bit long. That's pulled in by Eric Copes. Coach Tone Elite going the other way. Pump fake. Shot. And that one is perfect. Again, that one good by Copes.
Tough shot by Copes. Gets us started on the board here for Coach Tone Elite.
The drive into the lane. Whitaker starts off just like he did last game, getting a bucket for Philly All-American.
Tough move by Whitaker. Using the right hand on the left side. Nice little scoop up and under.
They go to Copes. Right wing. Feeds it to the inside through traffic. It looks like a foul is called. We're going to call that on Whitaker. That'll be his first of the game. So inbounding for Coach Tone Elite is Cat Morgano. To Blaman. Shot from 2-point range, and he gets it to fall. 4-2, Coach Tone Elite. We got 7:19 left on the clock. They feed to stand back. Trying to put the defender on skates. Little teardrop floater, no good. And the foul is called on stand back.
Always a tough play when you're going for that offensive rebound. You just get caught up in the air with the physicality. Tough foul there from stand back, going the other way to Coach Tone.
Lamont taking it up. Takes it to the wing. No good. Just won't go this time. Here comes Reed. Drives into the lane. And man, he's just so quick and has so much athleticism. No one could even touch him.
Something about these 76ers big men that come into the Pro-Am showing off their dribbling skills. First Montrezl Harrell for a few weeks ago, and now Paul Reed. Who would have thought? You never see it in the NBA, but they show what they're actually made of here.
And that's a great get for Philly All-American because you need all you can get in this playoffs. And Paul Reed is definitely not a bad player.
Not a bad player to have in a win-or-go-home scenario. Philly All-American already knows what it takes to survive and advance, looking to do the same tonight.
Cam Jones are running a little give-and-go action. Into the center, and he throws it down. That's Eric Copes.
Eric Copes dunking so hard that the hoop shifts back and forth a little bit there, but
took him for a little bit of a ride.
Luckily, no backboard broken, but very, very nice cut there. He crossed right over the face of Philly All-American.
Reed, behind the back, stutters, dribbles, couldn't get it to go, needed a little bit more oomph onto that. Here comes Blamin, into the lane, through 4 defenders, loses control, and it goes out of play. It'll go right back to Philly All-American.
Coach Tone Elite wanted a foul call there, didn't get it.
Here's Antoine Butler, back to Butler. Hall, 3 from NBA range, just a little bit left, pulled in by Copes.
Hall has been someone who I've been very impressed with so far in this program. Even though they're 0-5 regular season, I was very impressed with his play style.
3 ball goes down for Jones, who stripes it from deep. 9-4, just under 5 minutes to go. Here's Butler to the corner, driving the baseline's Whitaker, going inside to Hall, and a foul is called on the way up. Take a look at our replay. So what do you see here, James?
Nice move by Whitaker, drawing defenders going baseline and finding the open cutter in Hall. Somebody's always going to be open when you draw 2 defenders, and that's exactly what he did there.
John Hall sinks the first. Got 4:07 left to go in this one.
What's crazy about Philly All-American is that, of course, they're the reigning champs of this Pro-Am last year. And then they come in to the playoffs 0-5 this year, and you just had a sense that they weren't a bad team whatsoever, and they had what it takes.
Hall sinks both, so it's a 3-point contest. Copes step back shot, hits a short rim and out. Going inside, Reed, 2-handed slam.
Nobody going to be able to stop that one. You just throw it up top for Paul Reed, and nobody else is going to catch it.
Blamin, right wing, drives in on Whitaker. 2 defenders close in on him. How about a 3? Bang! That's Cam Jones again.
Coach Tone Elite can get out ahead of Reed, then they won't have too many issues with him. But he is forcing his will down there.
Paul Reed wants the ball, wants it bad. I mean, just look at the display of strength by Paul Reed. It just cannot be matched.
I was just about to mention that. He got down in the post and created about 6 feet of space in the span of a second.
3 from Paul Reed, no good from B-Ball Paul.
Tone Elite's in big trouble if he can get those to fall.
Back to Blamin, 3, top of the arc. Yes, sir.
Tone Elite not caring who's on the other end. Hot start for them, 7-point lead.
Philly All-American wants to take a timeout. We'll be right back on SFBN. welcome back here from Benjamin Franklin High School on North Broad Street. Second round of the playoffs already underway in game number 2 between Philly All-American and Coach Tone Elite. Whitaker passes through 2 defenders. They go to Lyons. Spin move, goes down the baseline, loses control. Here comes Coach Tone Elite. Jones through the contact, no good. He gets his own rebound. Floater off the glass, just strong. And a fast break here for Philly All-American. Lob for Lyons, who we know can put on a show with his dunking ability. Can't connect. Blamin, 3, no good. Another offensive rebound by Coach Tone. Through the contact, can't get that to go. And pulled in by Adoro.
Doro, someone you definitely got to watch out for. A high flyer who can also knock down the jumper.
Just as you say that, he gets fouled on the way up in a shooting motion, so he'll get 2 at the line. And they're going to call the foul on Cat Morgano. That'll be his first of the game. James, look at the replay here. Adoro is just so shifty and so quick that it's almost impossible to defend him.
That stutter right there when he goes between the legs is something that it's very hard to stay in front of.
He rims 1 in for the first free throw. We got a minute left here in the first quarter. 15-9, Coach Tone Elite over Philly All-American. Waiting for our second one from Adoro, and that one's perfect. So you got a 15-10 game. 5 points separate these 2 teams early. Blamin between the legs. Gets a pick set, and it'll be a moving screen on Copes. That one's heading the other way.
I think Paul Reed, obviously a huge addition, NBA player, but because of the physicality of the game that Philly All-American went through last night against Blue Magic, they definitely need another push to help them out.
Whitaker inside, Reed with the slam. Great cut into the lane and getting that one to go.
That's going to be going on all night.
They feed to the post. That's Morgano. They go up. No good. But they'll have 2 at the charity strike coming up.
Nice move by Morgano. Able to get into the lane. Beautiful cut.
So I'll have 1 free throw. That one's up and good, and now we're back in live action for free throw number 2. So it's 16-12. You got 8 seconds on the clock. That one's perfect. So got 16-12 here. 5 seconds left. Shot. Good at the buzzer.
Exactly what I mentioned about Ordero. Can take it to the rim and finish on you and also hit the pull-up jumper.
18-14 after 1. It's a 4-point lead. Another close one early on. We'll be right back here on SFBN. This game is sponsored by Philadelphia Tropical Treats. Second quarter of action here from Benjamin Franklin High School. Coach Tone Elite leads 18-14 over Philly All-American. Welcome back here. Ben Hoy here with James Urban. After a very entertaining first game between Chester and Lou Leonard, we got another close one here heading into the second quarter, James.
Yeah, definitely a solid physical game. You got Paul Reed, and you got a very physical Coach Tone Elite team who's not going to back down to anybody.
20-14 as Adoro has the ball. He pulls up, spins one out, no good. So they go to the wing, resets, goes to Jones. He's double covered, being pressed very hard. They go to Hickman, who takes a long jumper, and it may have been a little too much for him.
About 5 feet beyond the three-point line there.
Lions a little bit short on the layup. So they'll go back to Jones. He pulls up from deep, a little bit short as well. Here's Corbett into the lane and just off the back rim.
And even though Philly All-American has Paul Reed, they're definitely going to need help from guys like Corbett, Ordero, and Lyons.
Pretty passing there from Coach Tona lead as it's 22-14, 8:33 left to go on a 2-on-1 situation. Whitaker slows it down, drives into the lane, and Chris Lyons, with his athleticism and hops, gets the follow-up rebound off the glass.
Fortunate that that one didn't hit the rim at all and was just able to lay it up right then and there. No deflection off the rim.
3, no good, pulled in by Corbett. They move into the lane, Malcolm. Wow, 2 at the line after taking lots of contact there on the shot.
It's exactly what you want to do there in transition. When not everybody is back, you force your way through the lane. Nobody else is set, and you find yourself at the charity stripe.
So we got a brief timeout here on the floor. Again, this game sponsored by Philly Tropical Treats. We'll be right back on SFBN. Back here from Ben Franklin. Ben Hoyt here with James Urban. We got Malcolm at the line. In a 22-16 game with 7:49 on the clock. Malcolm gets that one to fall. We'll have one more from the free throw stripe. Second one up, and that's perfect. So full court press by Philly All-American on Blaman. He moves into the alley. 3, shot, no good. And that'll be off the hands of Morgano. Back to Philly All-American. Then they waste no time getting it to Whitaker. Whitaker, 2 defenders on him, has it stripped, regains control. 3 up, 3 good by Malcolm.
Whitaker forcing his way through the lane a little bit, drawing a few defenders. Once he found it, Malcolm was wide open on the outside.
Wilson feeds into the post of Morgano. Corbett defending him. Will go out of play to Coach Tone.
Corbett on All-American is somebody that can just do it all. He's got the length to defend, he can shoot, and he can just also go up with anybody at the rim.
Blaman being contested by Malcolm and one. What an impressive shot there from Josh Blaman. He'll have one more at the line.
What a shot from Blaman. Look at this replay. It looks like he didn't even see the rim. Malcolm draped all over him. How did this fall?
Malcolm draws contact on the way down. That's what caused the foul. We have a 25-21 game with 5:50 left to go. Shot, no good. Pulled in by Paul Reed. He's got 3 men on him. Gets a pass inside to Corbett, no good. And And here comes Blamin.
Jamie Foxx off the screen.
Through the legs.
Jamie Foxx cross downhill. Jamie. Nope, they don't got no answer for Jamie.
Resets. Whistles blow.
Corbett, I should also mention, hailing from Denver University.
He's transferred multiple times, too. Denver is not his first destination, but a pretty good program to wind up at. So the free throw is good. And Coach Tone Elite will have the ball back. 26-21, just under 5. Pick set there by Morgano. Freeing up Blamin into the lane, kicks to the corner. Here's Wilson. Spins. Shifts the defender off him to Blamin. And it looks like a traveling violation will be called.
He wasn't able to, didn't put the shot up after the spin move there. I thought he could have pulled up right after he made that move. Decided not to. Too many steps there.
Cam Jones comes back into the game for Coach Tone Elite. He knocked down a couple threes early. As we resume play, Paul Reed inside Corbin, and that's swatted away by John Green. Follow-up and one for Philly All-American. So we had an and one on this end and a proper response on this end.
I mean, met Corbett at the rim on that first attempt. Met him perfectly. Palmed the basketball right in his hand, but Corbett able to bounce back and go right back up with it.
He drains the free throw, so it's now 26-24, 2-point game.
Nice three-point play by him.
Blamin takes it himself, lays it off the glass. No, just does not fall this time.
That didn't fall, but Blamin's been doing a really good job of just getting through the lane, drawing defenders, getting guys open.
Jones. Back to Blamin, who again takes it himself. Low pass. They have to regain control. And they have it stripped. Here's Paul, downhill. Moves into the paint, spins, up, and just rims out this time. He'll have two at the line.
That possession for Tone Lee on the other end was just doomed from the start. Lost possession from the pass from Blamin. Wasn't able to fully secure it. Dribbled into trouble. Paul Reed takes it the other way.
Here's Paul Reed for two. If you're an NBA fan, you certainly know B-Ball Paul, also known as Paul Reed. He was in the free agent market this year, had a great offer from the Utah Jazz, and Daryl Morey does what Daryl Morey does best, gives him a great offer, matches it, and he will be staying in the city of brotherly love. So he misses the second, so he's 1 for 2. 26-25, 2:25 left to go in the half. Coming up, Greta Shoestack will be giving our halftime interview. You want to stick around for that. And then our main event tonight will be Rec 6 versus Red Rose Thunder. Again, don't want to miss that here on SFBN. They go inside. Looks like he moved the foot, so it's a walk. Ref getting a little bit of a displeased type of look, but it's not going to matter.
Philly All-American finding themselves squeaking back into this one, just down 1 now.
Stand back. We'll step back, no good. Here's Hickman taking it down the court. Euro step, just doesn't go. So we go the other way. Very close game at the half. And man, you gotta love this. This is Philly playoff basketball. It's gritty, it's aggressive. You saw in the first game it got super chippy between those two teams, and it's definitely getting pretty aggressive here in this one.
Chester showing Philly what they're made of. Getting on the floor, going after loose balls. Some of the same in this game. Wow, what a move there.
And you talk about aggressive. He takes a hard fall there, foul by Standback.
Hickman.
We'll take a look at the replay.
Hickman has it going coast to coast. skips through the lane here. Oh, puts the ball over the defender. Maybe took an extra step, actually, but the refs didn't call it. Finds himself at the line for 2.
Shot, good. That's the first.
Definitely a chippy, more aggressive first half. Lower scoring than the first game, for sure.
So the second falls, 28-24. 9 seconds on the clock. Whitaker, 3 seconds. Shot, buzzer, no good. So at the half, Coach Tone leads 28-24. Man, James, we have a really entertaining one from Benjamin Franklin.
One of the most balanced first halves that I've seen in a while, especially in these playoffs. A lot of it has gone back and forth from the other games, but this one has really been neck and neck, even with Paul Reed out on the court. Philly American finds himself down 4 points. Greta looking to interview Paul Reed here at halftime.
That's our guy Sean you see on screen, our producer, one of our producers. Getting Paul Reed to be interviewed, this is going to be exciting. We had Montrezl Harrell last time, but he left the gym early, so we didn't exactly get an interview out of him. I'm really excited for Greta, excited for this interview. So let's send it over to her right now. Let's not wait. Greta, take it away.
I'm Greta Shusak here with Paul Reed. Everybody in the audience wants to know what brought you out tonight.
My barber told me to pull up, get some buckets, so I was like, all right.
You obviously play for the NBA. What's it like seeing all this talent out here tonight?
I mean, it's good, you know. Come out here, get some good run, get some good competition.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
That's all you needed.
Back to you.
Thank you so much, Greta. And we are also very thankful for Paul Reed's barber bringing him out tonight. He's put on quite a show early here at Benjamin Franklin High School. We'll take a quick break. We'll see you after the half. Welcome back. Start of the second half. Coach Tone leads 28-24. Philly All-American looking for their second upset in a row, and they're not too far off. Ben Hoyt here with James Urban, and James, again, they're not too far off. They're only 4 points down. Do you want to give the viewers a recap of our first half?
I mean, last night they were down to Team Original a little bit early on, but then they controlled it pretty much the entire way through. Blue Magic. They came back the entire way through, beat down Blue Magic, and then tonight they have even more help with Paul Reed, somebody that's going to be major down low for them. But like I said and mentioned earlier, Tyree Corbett and John Hall and Chris Lyons are going to be three guys that also need to help along the way with guard play, and Tyree Corbett showed a little bit of that in the first half.
So we resume action here. Blaman guarded by Butler. Pick set. Jones, three, no good. Pulled in by B-ball Paul. Paul Reed takes it down the court. He feeds it to Whitaker, who has nothing but the basket. And a pretty layup makes it 28-26.
I mentioned after the first half, this game has been neck and neck so far. No team has really shoved any other team out of the game at all. Been pretty back and forth. And should mention both these teams are awaiting Danny Rumpf. The winner of this one will play the 1 seed of the entire Brotherly Love Pro-Am. So they are going to have their hands full, whoever wins this one tonight.
3 times wasn't enough. No good from Coach Tone. Whitaker, pass, Coates, inside, no good.
A great cut by Coach, just not able to finish it there.
Here's Copes. Pump fake. Back to Copes. Backdoor, no good. And I think they're protesting for a foul. They won't get it. As Philly All-American moves down the floor. 3 from Hall, and man, that was nothing but net.
Mentioned I liked his game a lot in the first half. Regardless of the 0-5 record, John Hall showed a lot to me during the regular season. Continued to do it last night and here tonight, knocking down that three-pointer.
Philly All-American leads 29-28. Their first lead of this half. Take a look at the replay of the foul.
And I mentioned for Tone Elite, Blaman, who's done a really good job at being aggressive and getting through the lane. But on the other end for Philly All-American, Whitaker's done the same thing.
Little 2-point jumper from Cat Morgano falls. So, again, this game seesaws back and forth, 30-29.
I'm seeing a very close Elam ending here tonight, Ben.
Absolutely. Paul Reed shifts through 2 defenders. Goes right under them, 31-30. Man, he just has so much skills.
Paul Reed coming out of DePaul. Somebody asked him once, is that why you went to DePaul, because of your name? But he finally answered no. But just glad that he's out here tonight, showing love to Philadelphia, sticking around, the 76er.
Yeah, he was a hot free agent entering the season. A lot of teams wanted him. Biggest offer went to Utah as Paul Reed takes a 3. And man, the big man can drain it. Paul Reed hits a 3, 34-30. As we mentioned, Utah made a big offer, but the 76ers matched it, so he'll be heading back to the Wells Fargo Center.
I might have to tell him I got to see that on opening night.
Reed on the wing. Step back, behind the back to Whitaker.
He wants it again.
Whitaker, crossover. Jumper at the free throw line, just hits back rim. So Blaman slows down the pace. He'll take a 2, off front rim. And Paul Reed is a rebound machine, grabbing every single one he can.
Philly All-American, they can get a big lead very quickly, especially with Reed out here. So Tone Elite, they got to start taking care of the ball and getting good shots.
Hall, 3. That would have been a game changer there if that fell.
Totally wants a timeout here.
And they're going to get it. So 34-30, 5:56 left to go. We have a timeout. We'll be right back. This game is sponsored by Philly's Tropical Treats. Welcome back, 34-30. Ben Hoyt here with James Urban taking you through this third quarter of our second game. Again, we got a headliner tonight between Rec 6 and Red Rose Thunder, two very elite teams squaring off.
Rec 6 taking down Team Original with ease last night. A lot of people thought otherwise, because Team Original had Quinn Cook, Akil Carr, and Najee Marshall, but nonetheless, Rec 6 finds himself facing off against Red Rose.
3 up from Blaman, that's an air ball. Follow-up blocked. Paul Reed with a head of steam. Passes out. Antoine Butler for 3 off the front rib. Mad dash for the ball, and Coach Tone comes up with it first. Blaman, Euro step, and a nice teardrop there. Makes it 34-32.
Very tough move by Blaman there. Continuing to do what he did in the first half. Be aggressive, penetrate the lane. Nice little floater right there.
So Malcolm's checking back in for Philly All-American. Shot up and good. That's by Cat Morgano.
Sheesh. That is a very, very tough shot right there from the corner. Got the net stuck, touched nothing but nylon.
Jones. Morgano. Hall passes it to Malcolm. They go up, and a slam does not go. 3 from Coates. Air ball as well. And finally, a follow-up layup from Whitaker.
Coach Shonalee's got to start to figure it out real soon. The only person that's getting anything valuable in these possessions is Blaman. He makes a good pass right there.
Blaman blocked by Coates. We go to the baseline. Morgano no good. Follow-up slam. They almost put him on a poster.
Oof. Sheesh. Thought he almost did that on Paul Reed real quick. That would have been a tough look for him. It was John Hall, actually. But almost a ferocious putback dunk there. Oh, my.
So I have 2 at the stripe. Trying to claw back from a 6-point deficit here. 3:42 left in the third.
Tonally had the 4-point lead at half, 28-24, and just haven't come out with the same kind of energy as they did in the first half. Definitely need a strong final 3 minutes here in this third if they want to get things close for the fourth quarter.
Stand back, checks back in for Philly All-American. Second one up. And that's nothing but net. So we got 38-34. 3 minutes left to go in the third. Here's B-ball Paul. Behind the back. 3. Wow. That was a beautiful 3 from Paul Reed from way deep.
Now I really need to tell him that I need to see this on opening night. Because if he's got this in his bag, no reason he shouldn't be shooting these, and Joel should.
It's going to be a traveling violation on Coach Tone. So a big turnover there. Philly All-American could pull away here. A 3 makes it a 10-point game.
Momentum really shifting in Philly All-American's favor. Having an NBA player is showing the effectiveness right now.
Reed, top of the arc, back to Whitaker. To the corner, stand back, no good.
That would have really put Tonally in big trouble, making it a 10-point game.
Looks like we got a foul on Philly All-American. So we'll inbound from the sideline. Get it to Blaman. Blaman pulls up, top of the arc, off the front rim and out.
I think Coach Tonally needs to get to the rim, either get some easy buckets or get themselves to the line to cut this lead down.
Both teams need to make a bucket here. Unsuccessful in their last attempt. That's a 3 from Jones, who's already made 2. He made his 3rd.
Maybe not the shot that they were exactly looking for, but nonetheless it falls, making it a 4-point game, cutting the lead down. Not a great pass there.
That's intercepted by Blaman. You got a 3-on-2. He's going to take it himself, and it's an offensive foul as he was set. So sub comes back into the game. That's Hottie. We had a little bit of a mix-up there in the second quarter. So number 1 is Hottie for Coach Tonally.
Blaman got a little bit ahead of himself there. Caught himself in the air on the charge.
That's a floater right off the glass by Whitaker. Again, showing off his speed.
Whitaker, a really, really tough move there. Using his shoulders to create space, showing his strength.
Stand back. Goes downhill and gets a left-handed layup there, 45-37. About 20 seconds left on the clock.
Tonally has to start getting more aggressive on defense and honing in on stops.
They move into the paint, and a great move there by Jerry Johnson.
Tough move. Got the NBA player on the up and under.
That's it for your 3rd. So again, still a close one. It's anybody's ball game here from Benjamin Franklin, 45-39. Could we be on the verge of a 2nd straight upset from Philly All-American? We'll find out after the break. One more quarter left in this quarterfinal matchup between Philly All-American and Coach Tonally. Welcome back, Ben Hoyt, James Urban. And if you missed the first 3 quarters, well, you missed a really close game.
Paul Reed showing a lot more than what he shows on the 76ers. He has a 3-point shot, giving Philly All-American a 6-point lead. The 10 seed who went 0-5 in the regular season, looking to get 2 wins in these playoffs.
They go to Malcolm. Top of the arc. Hesitates. Goes down the lane. 2 defenders contest him, but he lays it off the glass. Here's Cam Jones. Guarded by Malcolm. Pick set. He moves with the left. Shot. Back rim. Pulled in by B-Ball Paul. Great vision from Paul Reed, who gets it to Malcolm on the other side of the court.
Kevin Love-esque pass. The full court. Paul to Malcolm. What a look. Things have gotten very ugly for Coach Tone Elite. They really need to talk things over.
Biggest lead of the day for Philly All-American. They lead by double digits here. We'll be right back after a short break on SFBN. Welcome you back from Benjamin Franklin. 8:59 left on the clock, 49-39. This game is sponsored by Philly's Tropical Treats. As Coach Tone Elite inbounds the ball. Spin move there by Jones. Tries to put the defender on skates. Now he's guarded by Standback. He's to the corner. Looks for a straightaway shot, doesn't get it, so they feed it to the inside, and a late foul is called.
Great cut over the face of the defense.
Let me take a look at this replay here. Look for the straightaway three, doesn't get it, so great cut into the lane, and good job persevering through the contact.
First one not able to fall.
No, and you need that for Hottie. Try to bring your team back into this game. He does get one, though, so it's back to a single-digit lead, 49-40, 9-point deficit for Coach Tone. Stand back, three, and man, you don't want to leave him open beyond the arc because he can do that to you.
Yeah, Coach Tone Elite, I said that they really got to hone in on stops, and they just left that man wide open on the three-point arc, and you just can't do that.
Jerry Johnson. Shot touches the top of the backboard, no good.
Those aren't shots that you want when you're down 12 in the fourth quarter.
That's desperation shots.
They trying to run it up now. The All-Americans. They was 0-5 in the regular season, but the playoffs, everybody
Malcolm to the corner. Hall. No good. He gets his own rebound. A big mistake for Coach Tone Elite. You got to get your defensive rebounds.
A lot has to change very quickly for Coach Tone.
They go to the corner. Three, Malcolm. He sinks in. That's a dagger in the back to Coach Tone Elite as they lead now by, trail now by 15.
15-point lead for Philly All-American. Now 12, but still 12 with just 3 minutes till the Elam ending does not set you up for a lot of success.
That's a big three there by Blaman trying to ease the bleeding a little bit. Paul Reed showing the handles. And a foul is called on the offensive end.
See, I think he used a little bit of the off arm there on the dribbling clinic. Refs called the offensive foul.
So Blaman takes it up, trailing by 12. They need a response quick. That's front rim. Whitaker into the corner. Stand back wide open. And they're lucky he couldn't convert this time. Lob. And a finish there from Eric Copes. Couldn't quite grab the rim, but nonetheless, the basket is good.
It's what they need. They need stops and scores.
To the corner, stand back. This time, he gets it from a straightaway shot.
They haven't been focusing on the defense. You can't leave guys open like that in these closing moments. I expect the urgency to be a lot better because they're on the verge of being sent home.
That's a three again by Coach Tone, so back to 10. Back and forth we go, but Philly All-American still leads by double digits. One-on-one with the basket. And man, he just beat him off the dribble there. Whitaker's too quick.
Whitaker has the ball on a string out here.
Great handle shown by Whitaker. Go to Blaman. Three from the wing. Short. Put in by Hottie off the offensive rebound. And 60-50.
This game is not over. It's not likely for Tonally, but they just got to make a few adjustments and they can get themselves right back in this thing.
To the corner, 3, no good.
See, still very lucky that didn't fall. Malcolm was still wide open in the corner. That would have been a killer shot for them with 4 minutes remaining on the come up. Elam ending soon to be.
Let's take a look here. A lot of it's being drawn to Paul Reed because just of his, amount of skill on the floor. He's an NBA player.
You got to give respect.
You have to give respect, and that draws away people from the corner, and they got wide open shots. As we move into a break here, we'll be right back from Benjamin Franklin High School. Back live here, 4:40 left to go in our fourth quarter. Under 4, we have the Elam ending. This game is sponsored by Philly's Tropical Treats. Ben Hoyt here with James Urban, taking you for the last moments of this game. Whitaker through the legs. Stutter step, shot. No good. Pulled in by Copes. Blamet moves to his right, gets a pick, frees up space, and he takes advantage of it, nailing the shot.
Just a 7-point game. The Elam ending is going to be a lot closer than I may have thought originally. Not if Paul Reed has something to do something about it,
B-ball Paul through 3 defenders, tips it in off the glass. It's 62-53.
And that's just simply being the tallest player on the court right there.
Blamen. And that's a foul on Paul Reed as he draws the contact. We're going to 69 here, ladies and gentlemen. That is your target score. Again, 69. Oh, well, they now corrected it. Our PA announcer originally said 69. Now we're going to 70.
70 will be the Elam ending. Means that Tonally has to go on a 17-7 run.
I mean, with the amount of talent Philly All-American has on the floor, again, it wasn't like Philly All-American got dominated in their 0-5 drought. They had some very close games. They have a lot of talent on the floor. That's going to be very tough for Coach Tone to overcome.
I said a few times, Philly All-American, they should be 3-2. They just weren't able to grasp those leads that they had at all throughout the regular season. And just before you knew it, it was the final moments of the game, tied up, and they just weren't able to close it out. Lost in a game winner, one game, I believe, but looking to change the narrative here in the playoffs.
Tip by Whitaker. Mad rush for the ball. And back to Coach Tone Elite. Off balance jumper, way short. And Coach Tone appeals for a foul. He's not going to get it. If you may have heard them saying fixing the game, I don't think they are, Coach.
I would definitely not agree with the fixing of the game tonight. I just think Coach Tone Elite has not played.
They haven't executed.
They haven't played a very, yeah, exactly what you just said. They have not executed the game plan. They did not come out tonight and play a very good basketball game whatsoever. Philly All-American has kind of just outclassed them in every single aspect of the game. Getting to the line, finishing at the rim, and hitting the 3-ball. They've done everything better.
Absolutely. Stand back. Wide left, pulled in by Copes.
They got to start taking better shots.
Lyman to Johnson. Jones drives in. Blaman guarded by Standback. Draws a defender. Follow up. Johnson goes up strong and draws the foul.
Hey, they're fighting right now. At least they want to get this game a lot closer than what it is right now. A good cut by Ajiri Johnson. Got his own rebound off the miss. Getting himself 2 free throws.
So I have 2 at the line for Ajiri Johnson, who hasn't done a lot on the offensive end tonight, but has quietly been a very solid defender for this team, limiting Paul Reed at least a little bit.
A little bit. Paul Reed has still bounced back and knocked down a few 3-pointers, which is just something you can't really account for.
No, his shot ain't necessarily pretty, but both times it was nothing but net, so you can't argue with it.
Yep.
Speaking of Paul Reed, he'll take it up the floor. Showing off the handles. He goes to the post. Back to the wing. Step back. Just short this time.
Good job staying in front of him on that possession. See if Blaman has anything to do.
Blaman from the corner spins out, pulled in by Whitaker.
That could have been a very big shot.
Stand back, cherry picks, and gets the bucket.
Just about to mention, if Blaman got that to fall, and Philly All-American hasn't scored one yet, and since the Elam ending has been set.
That one goes for Ajiri Johnson, so they're not going to go down without a fight. 7-point game, 64-57.
I think maybe Coach Tonelli could benefit with the use of a timeout here, just to talk things over, set the game plan.
Whitaker shifts his way through the defenders. Paul uses his length to get the rebound. Back to Paul Reed, trapped on the baseline. Malcolm, 6 on the shot clock, no good. Paul Reed gets the offensive rebound, and Coach Tone is not happy that his team did not come away with the ball.
That's very bad defensive rebounding there. There is no excuse for not getting that one.
Whitaker makes him pay for that. Shot near the baseline, 66-57. And now they're only 4 points away from pulling off another upset in these playoffs.
That's just a killer right there, Ben. Not getting that. Basically a 50-50 ball. Could have been anybody's, but Paul Reed wanted it more.
Shot, no good. Follow up, also long. Paul Reed, being the tallest guy on the floor, gets the rebound. Here's Hall, just a little bit short. Had a wide open lane to the hoop, too. He would want that one back.
Coach Tonelli playing really sloppy right now.
He nails that one. That's Copes in the corner for 2. All right, now it's only a 7-point game. Not over quite yet.
We saw Chester do it. All they need is an 11-3 run. Could be unlikely, but Chester did it, so why not Coach Tone?
Whitaker off balance. That'll help Coach Tone as they get the rebound. But they pass it off the backboard, and Reed throws it down and makes him pay for that mistake.
That's just not a winning recipe there, folks. Just need to be better with controlling the basketball, taking care of the possessions.
Stolen by Reed.
There's
a basket can win it. Here's Malcolm, and the lowest seed in the tournament has won 2 straight upsets here for Philly All-American as they knock off Coach Tone Elite. Here's the winning bucket.
Just shows right there, Tone Elite not appreciating possessions the entire game. Back-to-back turnovers, throwing it off under their own hoop, and then giving it away for the final bucket. Philly All-American, the 10 seed. 0-5 in the regular season, Ben, and now they find themselves in the semifinal.
All right, looks like we're going to get an interview in a minute, but man, Philly All-American is such a gritty team. They came in with a chip on their shoulder, going 0-5 after being the defending champs, and they're showing why they were the defending champs, playing dominating basketball.
Just picking off, just starting this energy that wasn't there in the regular season, and now they face Danny Rumpf tomorrow.
All right, Greta Shoestack has James Standback for the interview. Let's send it over to her. Greta, take it away.
I'm Greta Shoestack here with Stanley Whitaker. This is your second win in a row of the playoffs. Do you think you have a chance of winning it all?
Of course, I think we got a chance. As long as we keep playing defense, keep playing together. Our chemistry as well. I played with a lot of these guys last year, but now I get to generate, take more control of the game and stuff like that. The coach got a lot of respect for me. I got a lot of respect for the coach, so he allowed me to come here and control things. So I think we got a good chance.
What do you think was the key moment in the game that shifted the momentum in your favor?
Second half, B. Paul got going. He hit some threes. We got out of the run. We got stops, most importantly, though. Besides number 3 on our opponent started getting hot from 3, but we was pretty much in control, and we just wanted to finish the game strong.
And what was it like playing with Paul Reed tonight?
It was nice. He's an NBA player. Much respect for his journey, much respect for his career. Hopefully we can keep him for the rest of the way. If not, I still like our chances.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Greta. Whitaker had a phenomenal game tonight, along with B-Ball Paul. Stanback played phenomenally from beyond the arc. A great all-around effort for Philly All-American here in round number 2.
Phenomenal effort from Philly All-American. Everybody played well. They played just a very good team game. You thought maybe with Paul Reed they would get a little bit distracted because he's an NBA player. You want to get him the ball maybe a little too much. But they had really good chemistry out here tonight, and now they find themselves in the semifinal facing off against a very, very good number 1 seed in Danny Rumpf.
They have a date with Danny Rumpf, as you said, in the semifinals, coming off a double bye. We're going to take you to our headliner, Rec 6 versus Red Rose Thunder. I'm Ben Hoyt, along with James Urban, signing off from our second game from Benjamin Franklin High School.
Hello and welcome on into the third and final game of tonight's triple header, the second round of the Brotherly Love Pro-Am playoffs. We have the 6 seed Rec 6 taking on the 4 seed Red Rose Thunder. Tip-off coming your way soon. Jake Gable, Greg Starks here on the call for tonight's matchup. Red Rose getting the bye, and so this will be their first game of the playoffs so far. Rec 6 winning last night, absolutely destroying Team Original, and we were on the call for that game. What did you see from Rec 6 in their performance last night?
And one word to sum it up was just domination. I mean, they never let Team Original enter that game, and it was like as soon as the game started, it was over. They completely demoralized them, and on paper, they were completely outmatched. Team Original showed up with 2 NBA players and a well-known street baller, and they shut them down completely. So Rec 6 have so much momentum, and I wonder if having an off day and having a bye may indirectly affect Red Rose Thunder. You saw Leonard, they got knocked out today, and they had a bye, so who knows what will happen.
Before we get more into tonight's matchup, we're going to send it on over to our sideline reporter, Dominique Vincent, for our pregame story.
Hello everyone, I'm Dominique Vincent with the Sports Fan Base Network. For the third and final game of playoff game day 2, we have Rec 6 facing off against Red Rose Thunder. Rec 6 took home their first playoff win last night. Will Rec 6 continue to advance throughout the playoffs, or will Red Rose Thunder send them home? We'll see right now. Back to you.
Thank you, Dominique, as we get a little bit closer here to tip-off. Players heading out to the court. Like we mentioned earlier, Red Rose might have some rust to shake off, and they also have a couple new additions that we haven't seen so far. That's been a common theme during these playoffs. Some much-needed additions for some teams. We just saw Paul Reed, B-Ball Paul, playing for Philly All-Americans, winning that game the game prior, but Rec 6 remains mainly the same, and that's what's been working for them as they beat, like Greg mentioned in the pregame, a team that had 2 former NBA players on their roster. So Rec 6 definitely not shying away from any occasion here.
Yeah, Rec 6, I think you could argue that right now they may be the favorites with Lewis Leonard being knocked out in their first game by Chester. You could argue Rec 6, this is their tournament to win.
Tip off here, and Rec 6 wins it. Rec 6 in black, Red Rose Thunder in the red, and Samir Dowdy driving through the lane, passes it to no one, and Thunder gonna take advantage of it.
Yeah, turnover by Samir. He didn't play their last game, so maybe he's just a little rusty, expecting to warm up as this game goes on. He's a very electric player.
Shot up and in from Chris Bing, getting the first 2 points of the game going. Biggie getting stuffed on that one, gets his own rebound and spin move into the lane, gets it off to Quadir Welton, who picks up where he left off and gets that layup in.
Yeah, so far I'm noticing though, I see Red Rose Thunder kind of starting to make like a little wall around the paint. They're trying to force Rec 6 to not get easy layups into the paint and force them to win from the outside.
Dominique Morris with it.
Almost won by Samir though.
Yeah, almost a turnover there, driving to the lane, but losing it on the dribble, going too fast. Here comes Quadir Welton, easy layup for 2, and Rec 6 takes the lead.
Yeah, I was just about to say, nice ball handling control by Maurice Watson, but then he eventually couldn't regain enough control and lost it as he was trying to drive in the lane. 3
missed from Dominique Morris. Here comes Wally Hepburn, stepping through into the lane and picking up the foul on the layup attempt. Who'll shoot 2 at the line.
Look at this foul. And Jake, one thing I'm looking at in this game is to see how the refs call this one. Because we saw in our last game last night with Rec 6, the refs were very amped to blow that whistle at any slight contact. So I wonder how this game will be officiated differently.
First one rattles around and in. Now 5-2 lead for Rec 6. Wally Hepburn has been running the offense for the Rec 6 squad at the point, missing the second free throw. Here comes Watson. Pass over to Morris for 3, no good. Fighting for the rebound, Rec 6 will come up with it. Here comes Biggie. He had 21 points in the win last night. Good ball movement leading to a Wally Hepburn reverse.
Yes, nice pass by Samir. Oftentimes, when players get up in the air and look to pass, that means they have nowhere to go and they don't know what to do. But he knew exactly where to go with that pass and found the open cutter.
Picking up the loose change, Malik Martin putting that one back up and in.
And he's been quiet so far, but look out for Kai Howard. He is the Swiss Army knife for this Red Rose Thunder team.
And a stoppage there. A foul. Going to be on the floor. So check in from the sideline. Dowdy's checking in to Hepburn. Guarded by Watson Jr. They'll get it to Dowdy. Samir Dowdy with it. Passing into Hepburn, who puts up the wild layup, but helping him out, Quadir Welton.
Quadir Welton has really stepped up recently for Rec 6.
It was big in their win last night and big so far. Kai Howard missing the 3. Rebounded by Morris, who can't get the layup. Tough luck for Red Rose. But they get the ball back. Left hand good for Malik Martin. He's got 4 of the Red Rose Thunder's 6 points.
You can never ease up on Red Rose Thunder. They always are in the game. They're always battling. You can never ease up on them.
Welton, he's been scoring a lot so far and ends up losing it on his own. So turnover there, Thunder ball.
Even though he just turned the ball over there, as they lacking defensive effort getting back. And foul there.
Yeah, costly foul there. Good pump fake there from Chris Bing. And that will give him 2 shots at the line. We'll take a look.
Yeah, Red Rose just caught Rec 6 napping in the transition defense. They were really walking back on defense, and Red Rose just took full advantage of it.
Great pass ahead there from Maurice Watson Jr. to get that shot, but
Chris Bing just short on the first free throw.
Bing missing the first. played 2 years at East Stroudsburg, 2 years at Penn State Harrisburg. Second free throw, miss as well.
Goes 0 for 2 from the line.
Free throw so crucial in this league.
Yes, keep it at a 3-point game.
Biggie driving, gets all the way to the lane with the left hand and puts it in for his first 2 points of the night.
And we saw, Jake, last night how Biggie got to the paint in the lane easily as they leave Dominique Morris wide open. He is a shooter. You do not want to leave him. He always camps out around that perimeter.
Yeah, he missed a couple before that, but finally gets a 3 to go. 2-point lead for Rec 6. Pass almost stolen. Rec 6 keeps it, or at least for the moment. Pass inside. Welton almost gets the athletic layup to go.
Kind of a sloppy possession as Rec 6 players kind of ran into each other in the corner there. Poor spacing. Melton almost recovered there that possession, but just couldn't finish on the layup.
Pass inside to Bing. Bing going to work down low. Pass inside to Howard, who gets fouled on the layup attempt and will head to the line.
Yeah, Howard, I keep saying for this Red Rose Thunder team, he is their engine, in my opinion. I think they go as he goes. So look out for him here as this game progresses.
So Kai Howard set to shoot 2 here. First one up and swishes right through the net. Has a chance to tie this ball game up. Howard played his college ball at NJIT, drains the second, and ties this ball game up. 11-11, 3:30 left in this first quarter. And here comes Dowdy. Gets the screen from Welton, decides to take the 3 and off on that one.
Too strong on that one, but nice use of the screen, freed him up. But Kai Howard, the speed of him getting quickly to the other end of the court and having a wide open layup.
Rec 6 trying to catch the Thunder off guard, but they get back on defense. Hepburn working against 2 defenders, gets tripped up on the baseline, and that will be a foul. Chris Bing, the guilty party, going out to help Hepburn up.
Yeah, Wally Hepburn and Biggie both have great games last night. And granted that since it was only last night, I wonder if that momentum and that hot streak will carry over into this one.
Well, so far, the 2 games that have been played tonight, both teams that did not have a bye won. So the lower seeds have won. So that plays in Rec 6's favor tonight as the mid-range from Jig there gives Rec 6 the lead. 3 there from Morris. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Kai Howard.
Morris can't handle the pass, though, but gets it back. Puts it back in.
Morris with the points inside.
And now Red Rose Thunder has the lead. And a nice block by Cal Howard. Wasn't out of the play. It looked like he got beaten there, but look at this other replay. You just see Kai Howard just waiting on it and pouncing when he sees a moment.
Just came out of nowhere and instantly on the other end, Dominique Morris getting another layup. He's starting to heat up here in this first quarter.
He is. A multi-level scorer, can finish from the inside, mid-range, and from the perimeter. That's what you want in a modern-day big. So a lot to cue in on when it comes to stopping him.
So timeout here from the Rec 6 bench. Thunder leading this one 17-13 so far with 1:30 left in this first quarter. We haven't seen the Red Rose Thunder in a while since they got that bye. What are your first impressions of them so far tonight, Greg?
Let's see, they're showing no signs of rust. They came out right out the gate and were on it. Unlike Team Original last night, they're knocking down their shots. They're playing tough defense. And their team chemistry, you can tell that they're used to playing with each other. They know where each other are going to be. We can see one example, Dominique Morris. He's always camping around the perimeter. And Rec 6 always seems to lose him on the drives. So the driver always finds him on a kick-out opportunity. They always know where he's at. And he's really good at knocking down that 3 ball. So Red Rose Thunder right now, they're hitting their shots, they're playing nice defense. It's just if they could keep it up, because it's hard to keep up that much offense in this pace against Rec 6. That's what makes Rec 6 such a formidable opponent.
Yeah, both teams high scoring so far. Lots of these games usually get out to slow starts, but not the case tonight with this third and final matchup as Biggie goes right to the lane and puts up the floater and gets it to go.
He just has that first step quickness to just get by you with any slight movement.
Malik Martin driving through the lane, gets the fancy layup to go with a little English on it.
And Malik Martin finishing tough at the rim.
Biggie with a pass inside, tried to get it to Welton, who loses it.
Yeah, Welton, he had it, but he just didn't look in the pass.
Malik Martin taking it right back. 4 straight points there for Martin. Hepburn transition 3, rattles around but can't get it to fall.
It was literally in the rim, Jake, and just rolled out. That's heartbreaking as a shooter.
Sat right on top of that thing but didn't want to go in. That 3 didn't hit anything.
Yeah, that was no good as soon as it left his hand. But Morris, he's not going to get rattled. He's going to keep shooting them.
Dowdy pass to Jig. Does a little hop stack inside and puts it in off glass.
A nice pass by Dowdy. He has nice handle and he has good passing vision.
So roughly 10 seconds to go in this first quarter. Thunder up with the ball. Long mid-range shot, no good. We'll see if Rec 6 can get off a final shot here. Here's Hepburn driving and
gets stolen. Nice steal by Kyle Howard. Playing nice defense, noticing the clock, knowing what he wants to do. He wants to get to the rim. Notices that post the ball free, preserves this lead for Red Rose Thunder going into the second quarter, and gives them the momentum.
Yeah, the Thunder are up on Rec 6, 21-17, but it's certainly a ball game. Winner of this game will move on to the semifinals, where they'll take on the 7 seed Chester. We'll take a break here and come back for the start of the second quarter. We are back here for the start of the second quarter. Brotherly Love Pro-Am, 21-17. Red Rose Thunder with the ball. They are in the lead. Chris Bang working down low. Whistle here.
Gets fouled there on the free throw, on the layup attempt. But now he's going to the line to take 2 free throws.
So Chris Bing going to the line. We'll take a look at the foul.
He gets kind of smacked in the arm there by Elam. So he now takes a couple free throws, knocks down the first one.
Yeah, first free throw good from Chris Bing. Went to the line earlier, missed both of those, so sigh of relief there for Bing to make that one, but misses the second. And Rec 6 has it, and pushing is Biggie. Almost loses the handle, but passes out to Hepburn.
Hepburn.
Over to Reddick. Mid-range, no good. Biggie fighting for it.
A nice tip back out for Biggie.
In the middle of the lane, pass over, but no good on layup attempt.
Quickly, Watson Jr., nice pass to Kai Howard. Great assist there. 6-point lead now for Red Rose.
Red Rose with the first 3 points of this second quarter. Here comes Biggie driving, using his shoulder to his advantage, but loses the ball. But that one ends up getting stolen. Back to Biggie, and he gets fouled on the layup attempt.
Even though Red Rose Thunder lost the ball there and got the turnover, I feel like they understand what Biggie's game is. He's going to look to attack the rim. And every time he gets to the rim, they have their two big bodies that are always waiting for him. Great defensive strategy here by Red Rose.
So Deshaun Biggie minus at the line to shoot 2. First one is up and gets it to go after a couple of bounces. Biggie was the player of the game in Rec 6's win last night over Team Original. He led both teams with 21 points. Misses the second free throw. Thunder lead at 6. Morris with it. Gives it off to Kai Howard, who's that's Demetrius Davenport, but Morris with the 3, and he gets it to go.
You cannot leave him open from there. You will always knock down that three-point shot.
Morris has been off to a hot start offensively as Hepburn gets to the rack and puts it in.
Yeah, nice strong drive at Hepburn. Put his shoulder into his defender and stayed low, crucially. Malik Martin, though, comes right back with a layup of his own and converts to and one.
Malik Martin with that strong take. Let's take a look at that again.
And again, they caught Rec 6 napping and the transition defense. Rec 6 they keep walking back on defense, and Red Rose Thunder is noticing that, and they're going out running.
That's a difficult shot to make through that contact. He got hit hard and didn't let it affect him. Still making the layup. Malik Martin make this a three-point play.
Can't convert. To and one.
So here's Hepburn. Pass over, almost stolen.
It is stolen now.
They were fighting for it for a while, but still fighting for it. And the pass eventually going off of Rec 6, so it'll be Red Rose Thunder ball.
Yeah, Lehman turned the ball over for Rec 6, but he almost got the ball back for them. But not since the ball went out of bounds, it was off of him first, so it'll go Red Rose's way.
So Watson back into the game. Who has it? Sidestep mid-range.
He gets fouled.
Having some deja vu from Rec 6's last matchup. There's a lot of foul calls in this one. Not many foul calls in the first quarter, but the second quarter, we've seen quite a few.
Yeah, we have. And so far, each coach has been fairly moderate about the calls being made. Last night, it kind of, especially for Team Original side, since they were the ones that weren't hitting their foul shots, they were really upset about all the fouls being made.
So Watson, first free throw in, played his college ball at Creighton University, the Philadelphia native. Stands at just 5'11", shortest player on the court for today's game, and drains 2.
There goes 2 for 2 from the line.
Dowdy with it up top, using his handles. Passes over to Ty Reddick, missing the 3.
Ty just can't hit the three-pointer. Here comes Malik Martin.
Pass over, and there is the layup there from Watson. And the Thunder lead is growing.
And Red Rose Thunder has put their imprint on this game right away.
Welton getting the pass and puts it back in. Hot start from Welton. Haven't seen much of him since, but gets that one to go.
Almost traveled there by Malik Martin.
Davenport with it. Spin move into the lane.
Nice defense by Samir, though. Not falling for any of it.
And here comes Welton. Met by Watson. Reddick in the corner with it. He'll get it into Welton, who is fouled. Huge height advantage there for Welton, and ends up being a foul on Watson.
I would say Watson did all he could there to try to defend that dump off. But good on Rec 6 noticing the mismatch and trying to feed Welton.
And Watson getting subbed out here. Tyshawn McBride checking in for him.
So now we're just waiting for the ball to be inbounded here. It looks like, yep.
So right into Welton, right where he left off, just a new defender now. Puts the layup up and in, this time picking on someone his own size.
But you see how Welton just used his strength in his shoulder to get that little separation he needs to get that layup.
Davenport with it, gets it to Bing, and it's a battle of the bigs now. Bing backing up, puts up the hook shot, can't get it to go.
Yeah, Bing didn't look totally under control there. Kind of tossed up a desperation hook shot.
Biggie fouled on the drive, tries the behind the back and catches the defender reaching. The lead has been cut down to single digits. 9-point lead here for the Thunder, led by as much as 13.
Yeah, Rec 6 is trying to claw their way slowly back into this one before half.
Welton has the last 4 points for Rec 6, can't make it 6.
As you said, it was a 13-point game, but we're close to halftime, and Rec 6 doesn't want to be down at the half by double digits. And look here, they got another turnover and another point on turnover, 7-point game now.
Yeah, Rec 6 closing that gap. Easy layup there for Dowdy in transition. Davenport bringing the ball up for the Thunder. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Gets the screen and gets blocked on the three-point attempt.
Yeah, Dowdy, that was a very, very slow release. Gave the defender more enough time to block that.
Shot up, no good, but in on cleanup duty, Dominic Morris.
Dominic Morris is everywhere tonight. Lead back up to 9, but Samir Dowdy gets a foul. Late foul call there, but there was contact. So we go to line 2 and 2.
Yeah, we'll take a replay of that. Dowdy bringing the ball up. I don't know about that one, Greg. You see a foul on that?
I think he hooked his arm a little bit. It was slight contact, but contact nonetheless. So it was at the line shooting 2.
Knocks down the first one. Dowdy played at VCU and Auburn at college. Misses the second free throw. And here comes Red Rose. McBride passing to the corner. 3 up and in from Donzo.
Big lead extends this back to double digits.
About 20 seconds left in the first half. Biggie on the attack, drives right. Can't get the layup to go. Goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Red Rose, I thought it was their ball. Ref saw the other way.
Clock is running, so got to get a shot up. Dowdy, air ball, and that will do it for the first half. Red Rose Thunder, after a good first quarter, tightly contested, are expanding their lead here in the second quarter and have it up to an 11-point lead at half.
Yeah, strong first half by Red Rose Thunder. And unlike the other teams we noticed after their bye week, they're immediately on it. No rust, great team chemistry. It looks like we're going to have a nice halftime interview with who's been on fire so far for Red Rose Thunder, Dominic Morris.
Yeah, Dominic Morris on the sideline.
Hi, I'm Dominique Vincent here with Dominic Morris. Your team opened the Brotherly Love program. You guys played in the first game. What's it like to be playing in the playoffs tonight?
It's nothing different. We have a few pros. I'm a pro. Yeah. Mo Watson's a pro. So, this is what we do in our career. So it's not like anything special.
There's been a lot of turnovers in the first half. What are you guys going to do to remedy that?
Take care of the ball. Stop rushing. I think everybody's just anxious because it's a big game. So just control our emotions and just keep playing hard.
What do you see in the way that your team's playing right now that you want them to carry if they do advance the rest of the playoffs?
Just keep playing together. We're very talented. And keep sharing the ball so we can win this if we just do that.
I hope so. Thanks so much. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dominique, as that was Dominic Morris with her on the sidelines. Very cool, calm, collected. Just another day at the office for Dominic Morris.
Yeah, kind of showing on the other team, on the whole team too. They all came out pretty calm. Maybe a little rusty in the opening few minutes, But after that, they were right on it, back on a game plan. It was business as usual, and they're out to an 11-point lead.
We'll take a break here at halftime, and we'll be back for the second half action. Thunder lead 38-27. You're watching the Brotherly Love Pro-Am on SFBN, presented by Philadelphia's Tropical Treats. Back here for the start of the second half in the third and final game of the second round of the playoffs here at the Brotherly Love Pro-Am. Rec 6 trailing 27-38 to the Red Rose Thunder. Jake Gable, Greg Starks on the call here for SFBN. And here is Watson for the Thunder. Kicks out to Kai Howard. Had a good first half for the Thunder. Dribbling through the lane, fading. Shot no good.
Finish.
But
the way to stay with it was Brewster Ward staying with it on the glass, boxing out his opponent, getting the putback.
Ball goes out of bounds. Will stay Rec 6 basketball. Dowdy checking in. Into Welton. Puts up the hook. Can't get it to go.
The inside game that was working for Rec 6 last night just isn't going down right now. Nice defense by Red Rose Thunder. They've done their homework.
Kai Howard puts up the floater in the lane. No good. Biggie in transition. He loves to drive. Puts up the wild shot. Gets it to go. And the foul. And has a chance to make this a 10-point game.
You're going to look at this replay. You see Biggie. He's so quick. He has that first step quickness. Gets to the paint. But you keep seeing the defensive wall that Red Rose Thunder is setting up for him. But that was just a tough finish there. Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, nothing that the Thunder can do about it indeed, as Big E's at the line. Free throw just gets rimmed but misses. So Watson on the attack, driving by Big E, gets the scoop layup to go.
Yeah, Watson giving Big E a taste of his own medicine there. Staying low, using that to his advantage to blow by him.
Into the lane, passing out, but some miscommunication there from Rec 6.
Yeah, Rec 6 they seem off tonight. They aren't clicking how they were last night. I wonder what the case can be. Maybe it's just the game plan by Red Rose Thunder that's giving them the issue here.
3 here from Howard, and he gets it to go, hand in his face. And the Thunder are starting to expand again.
Jake, the way he shot that, you couldn't tell there was a hand in his face.
Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Watson, and he's on the push. Skipping through the lane and gets the layup to go. Talking to his bench, getting hyped up.
Red Rose Thunder putting their imprint on this game right away, almost up by 20. Right out the gate, they're putting it on Rec 6.
Yeah, Thunder huddle is all smiles right now. The job's definitely not finished as we get another timeout here from Rec 6. Thunder with their largest lead of the game, 18-point difference. We are seeing a much different Rec 6 squad that we saw score 72 points in the game last night against Team Original.
Yeah, Rec 6, they just aren't, they don't have that one guy that could get them a bucket. Like they had 2 guys against Team Original that could always get to the bucket no matter what. And that was Biggie Minus and Quadero Melton. Right now, they aren't knocking down their shots how they were. They gave them the looks, but they just aren't going in. But there's also great interior defense by Red Rose Thunder. You need great interior defense when you're going against Rec 6 because that's what they like to operate from. And Red Rose Thunder knows that, and they're shutting them off.
Yeah, they have been walling up down there, and then on the offensive side for Thunder, they've been hitting it on all facets of the game. They've been making their threes. They've been punishing inside as well. Time for Rec 6 to respond. Here's Dowdy with it. Passes over to the corner. Hepburn for 3.
He knocks it down.
And that's how you get it started.
Yeah, big 3 points there. They needed something to go in.
So Hepburn on Howard. Pass inside. Here's Morris. He was that player of the first half. Passes out to Howard. Pump fake gets to mid-range spot. No good.
But they get it back. Nice play by Dominic Morris to tip it back out to Howard.
Screen here inside to Morris. One dribble down and gets slapped on the arm on the dribble.
Yeah, foul by Wally there. And Dominic Morris, he's being a force to reckon with so far.
So Howard out with it as we get the replay.
Mid-range,
got
no
fouled
good
on that one, but that mid-range, no good. 3 for Reddick, and that one's in.
Just like that, Rec 6 starting to heat up now. Back-to-back 3 points, so 6 points.
Reddick, normally the spark plug that gets Rec 6 going, had 0 points in the first half. Hits his first 3 of the night there.
And Quadero Welton almost getting a turnover, and is still off of Watson Jr.
Rec 6 has been a crowd favorite for the majority of this tournament, and you're starting to hear them show up now. Bing in the post, but nothing they can do about that defensively. Bing gets 2 points.
Even being the crowd favorite, Red Rose Thunder isn't letting that rattle them. They're still going out playing their game. That's an offensive foul. Moving screen, I think, on Quadero Welton.
Malik Martin drawing that offensive foul, fighting through the screen. Picking up an extra possession for the Thunder here. Just about halfway, a little bit more than halfway through this third quarter. Watson gets the screen from Morris, switches on to Biggie. Morris down low, guarded by Welton. Puts up the shot, high arcing, no good. And here comes Biggie.
Almost like it was going to be a foul there by Watson Jr. The tie can't get that 3-pointer.
Yeah, way long on that 3. Here comes Watson. Nearly loses it, but gets fouled by Dowdy. crowd not happy with that call.
Yeah, they're not happy at all. Right now, I think it's just frustration right now settling in for Rec 6.
So the 14-point lead here still for the Thunder. They check the ball in to Kai Howard. Howard trying to look for Martin, posting up. Can't get it to him. Gets it to Bing, who loses it. Pass up to Biggie. Biggie with Hepburn. Passes to Hepburn, who gets the layup to go. 12-point lead now for the Thunder.
Yeah, after that timeout, I have to say, even though Rec 6 recovered, they're recovering right now. See, the defensive intensity and offensive intensity has stepped up, but a nice steal by Dominic Morris.
Mid-range from Watson, and he gets it to go.
What Right Rose Thunder is doing at Rec 6 is that they're capitalizing on their mistakes. They're not letting, every time Rec 6 makes a mistake, Right Rose Thunder is there to answer. That's just applying more and more pressure to him.
Pass out to Hepburn for three, and he hits it. Rec 6 is starting to heat up from beyond the arc.
The problem is they aren't getting any stops.
And Martin, late whistle on that one. He tried to get the reverse layup to go. Ends up getting fouled. That's going to be 2 shots at the line for Martin. We'll take a look.
It was a fairly late foul call. Yeah, I thought the foul was going to be on Dominic Morris at first. Now on the shot. But it looks like they're going to give it 2 free throws now.
Martin, first shot, nothing but net. From York, PA, played his college ball at Drexel University, not too far from here.
Yeah, go to Drexel. I remember watched him play my freshman year for Drexel.
And he makes both there. Dowdy getting the screen from Welton. Passes in to Welton, who's met by 2 defenders. Pass back out. Hepburn with it. Puts up the floater, no good. And fighting for that rebound, Welton gets fouled.
Welton gets fouled. I don't think it's on his shot. Or is it on the shot? No, it's like it's going to be on the floor. So it's going to stay Rec 6's ball, but they won't have the foul shots.
Something we haven't mentioned so far, one of the key players for Rec 6 all season, Mike Watson, is out due to injury. He's on the sidelines tonight, but he was playing in the TBT, the basketball tournament, and was injured. So Cordier Welton, the only big for Rec 6. Wally driving on that one, but losing the ball. Turnover from Rec 6.
I feel like Rec 6 is starting to feel the pressure a little bit. Even though they're knocking down their shots, they're starting to knock down their shots offensively, but they had to start stringing together some consecutive defensive stops.
So Thunder send in a couple subs. Kai Howard out of the ball game. In for him, Demetrius Davenport. Quentin Davis also checking into the ball game. As we have some wet spot on the floor. Trying to dry that up. 53-40. 2 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, I know we posted a poll right now on our account, and I believe majority of the people posted selected Rec 6 to win this one. So right now the favorites are down.
Yeah, you can check out that poll on SFVN's Instagram. As Malik Martin brings the ball cross court for Red Rose, spinning but loses the handle. Picking it up. That shot good from Davis. Making the tough layup there. Reddick gets to the rim. He loves that baseline drive. Seems like he's done that almost every game, that same exact layup.
He does, but Rec 6 can't be in the business of just trading buckets. They need stops here. They need to limit these second chance opportunities.
Almost turned over. Thunder keep it. 3 from Watson, and that's a big 3 there.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Rec 6 misses the opportunity to get a stop. They give Red Rose Thunder a second chance. And what does Red Rose Thunder do with that second opportunity? They knock down a huge three-pointer.
Dowdy with the pump fake. Working against the defense, but has his pass stolen by Davis.
Throw it away.
Watson with it now. Pass inside to Martin.
He gets fouled.
Fouled on the layup attempt. He'll be shooting 2. And we'll take a look at the foul. Stolen there by Davis. Watson pushing, waiting for Martin to get to his spot, and nothing Rec 6 can do about it defensively except foul. So Martin at the line. First free throw up. It's no good. 49 seconds left in this third quarter. Couple of subs. You see Dowdy checking out for Rec 6. Kai Howard coming into the ball game for the Thunder. Martin trying to knock down the second of 2 here.
Just 1 for 2 from the line.
17-point game. Rec 6 with it, and in for the first time. Here's Taiwan McKee, gives it to Reddick for the 3. Can't get it to go off the good look.
Yeah, nice look there. He has to keep shooting it, though.
Davenport with it, passes it over to Davis. Mid-range corner shot, good. Thunder lead
20. You're up by 19, but it feels like Red Rose just can't miss.
McKee working outside, gives it to Hepburn on the baseline, gets his body in position to put up the layup, and Rec 6 with it. 5 seconds left. Thunder need to get a shot off. Davenport passing into Martin, who gets the reverse layup right before the buzzer. Great pass there from Davenport, and a great finish from Martin, who extends the lead to 19. The Thunder's largest of the ball game, and they are playing like they might be moving on to the semifinals if they can keep it up for just 1 more quarter of basketball. Thunder lead this one 63-44. Heading to the 4th quarter soon. We'll take a break here, and when we come back, we'll get that last quarter of action here for Brotherly Love Pro-Am SFBM, presented by Philadelphia Tropical Treats. Back here for the 4th quarter, Rec 6 with the ball, trail by 19 against the Red Rose Thunder. Wally Hepburn with it up top, drives in and gets the foul on the drive early in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, Rec 6, they're just going to have to get some stops and going to run here. They're more than capable of doing it, though.
Looks like some discussion on who the foul was on. They originally called it on Kai Howard. They swap it over to Quentin Davis. So Davis picks up the foul. Welton with it for Rec 6. Driving against Davis. Putting up the shot. No good.
No good, but can't get the second chance opportunity to go down either.
That's where a guy like Mike Watson could really help this Rec 6 squad, as another mid-range shot goes for the Thunder.
Red Rose Thunder, they're just all over this one.
And another foul on far end of the court. That one going against Davenport.
Yeah, Red Rose are asking for a jump ball, but the refs are going to call it a shooting foul instead.
We'll take a look. A lot of contact there. I think you could have went either way on that.
You could have went either way, but I guess when a team's down by this much, just give them the free throw.
Yeah, last night it was the opposite. Rec 6 was in the lead there.
And ball does not lie, so I guess it was a jump ball.
Martin going against Biggie, posting up. Martin's had quite the game so far. Gives it to Davis. 3, no good.
Yeah, hits the front of the rim and just rims out.
Biggie over to Hepburn. Transition 3, pull up.
That
Gets
bounces
it
in.
Off the bounce. 3 there, makes an 18-point lead. Davenport with it in the right corner, going up against Biggie. He'll take the step back mid-range from deep and just splashes that through the net.
Back up to 20, but the defender didn't even put a hand in his face. He just let him shoot it.
Reddick, sidestep 3, and he swishes that one.
He answers right back with 3 of his own. But again, Rec 6 needs to get some stops here.
That's Reddick's second 3. Both of them coming in this second half. Davenport working on the far side. Drives into the middle. Catches a big arm and gets fouled on the drive.
Yeah, Davenport got around Biggie minus, but can't finish as he gets fouled at the rim.
Yeah, hacking the left shoulder of Davenport as he drains the first one. So 1 of 1 in for Davenport, and he drains the second. So the Thunder up to 69. Scoreboard not showing it now. Rec 6 at 50.
It's a 19-point game. And nice block by Red Rose.
Hepburn wanted the foul call, won't get it. Howard goes up with it and gets the layup. 21-point lead, 71-50.
This is all Red Rose all game.
Reddick with it. Pass over to Minus. Biggie puts up the floater.
He gets set to go in.
Gets the roll. 52 there for Rec 6. And Davenport fouled on the drive. It's interesting what the Thunder have done with Davenport so far. We didn't see a lot of playing time for him in the first half, but he's one of their best players. They're almost using him like a 6th man, and he's been the main guy here in this fourth quarter for the Thunder.
You could tell he's fresh because he's just blowing by these Rec 6 defenders with ease, taking advantage of the fatigue.
Davis falls down on the mid-range, makes it anyway.
It's just that type of night for Red Rose Thunder, Jake.
This is the opposite of what Rec 6's night went last night. They were the ones putting down the beating. Shot up, no good, but a foul call.
Yeah, Rec 6 knows how Team Original felt now in this one.
We'll take a look at this one.
It's a pretty late foul call. Maybe you could say Donzo hit him on the arm.
Yeah, I think Donzo from behind was probably the call, as first one is missed by Jig. Morris checking out of the ball game for the Thunder. Second one missed as well, fighting for possession. It's going to go off Thunder, Rec 6 basketball. Pass inside to Biggie. Passes over to his teammate Jig, who puts it in on the reverse.
Nice finish there, but this game, the energy feels sucked out the arena for Rec 6, but it looks like Red Rose Thunder is going to take a timeout.
Yeah, strategic timeout there once we get under 4 minutes. The first stoppage does set that Elam ending target score. So take 8 points, add it to the leading team score. That is what will end this ball game. So quick math there, 81 points will be the target score. Thunder, they're only 8 points away. Rec 6, let's just say they're a little bit farther away than the Thunder are.
Yeah, you could stretch it a little bit, a lot longer, because it's a pretty ways from the go. I mean, we've seen teams blow leads before, but Rec 6 is going to have to dig down deep. They have the talent to do so. They just have to lock up on defense, close up those holes, and get more hands in their face.
Yeah, this has been quite the offensive explosion for the Thunder all game long.
Yeah, everything is just clicking for Red Rose Thunder. And everything that could go wrong for Rec 6 just has go wrong. Sometimes that just happens in basketball.
But in a do-or-die game situation, certainly can't be having that. Thunder with it. Kai Howard, deep three, can't get it to go, fighting for it. And the Thunder get it back. Davis, spin move, gets it to Howard, puts up the circus shot, can't get it to go. Hepburn, pass out to Reddick. Three, no good. But he gets it back. Spin move in the lane, passes off to Biggie.
He gets the layup.
Tricks out the defender with the spin move and puts it up. Rec 6 with the first points here under the Elam ending.
Red Rose Thunder can't get lazy now. They have to keep up the same intensity.
Step back, no good for the Thunder. Losing the handle there and almost losing the basketball. Rec 6 gets it back. Biggie with it up top.
Hanks loses the handle.
And a foul there. Bumping heads there. Welton hit Kai Howard. They bumped into each other.
Yeah, accidental clash. Both players going for the ball. Happens sometimes. It looks like both players are okay.
Yeah, both players. Warriors staying in the game. So here comes Watson back in the ball game. Step back, pass inside to Bing. Can't get it off glass. Good pass there from Watson.
Yeah, Red Rose Thunder just can't make a bucket now with the Elam ending now in effect.
Dowdy to the rim, air ball, but looks like there was some contact that caused that miss. So Dowdy going to the line, shooting two. We'll take a replay.
Yeah, I noticed teams, Red Rose Thunder can't fall into the trap of just being comfortable just because they're closer to 81 than Rec 6 is. They can't settle for wild three-point shots, dribble and pull-up three-point shots. Play your offense. Play what's gotten you into this position in the first place, because they're slowly allowing Rec 6 to kind of creep their way back into it. I mean, they still have a significant mountain to climb, but they're slowly climbing that mountain 1 foot at a time.
Dowdy misses the second, but rebounded by Welton. Dowdy gets it right back, and he'll give it to Welton on the post. And he gets fouled by Bing. So 1 point on the possession, extending this one. Welton has a chance to give him two more on this one.
Yeah, it looks like Red Rose Thunder is putting their two starters back in, trying to close this one back up.
Welton going to work, gets fouled there by Bing. First free throw up and off.
See, has that kind of wonky free throw routine.
And
sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Checking in the ball game for Red Rose, Dominic Morris and Malik Martin coming out. Quentin Davis and Demetrius Davenport.
You can see on your bottom right-hand corner, you can see Watkins here, the black hoodie with the wrap on his left hand.
Yeah, hiding a little bit. Hard for a 6'9" guy to hide behind someone. You see the as pass in. 73-58, Rec 6 slowly making their comeback. Thunder have yet to score here in the Elam ending, and that continues.
Yeah, they're taking a lot more threes than they have previously.
Hepburn getting all the way to the rim and puts it in, and all of a sudden it's a 13-point ball game.
Yeah, Rec 6 turning up the pressure slowly and surely.
One great thing about the Elam ending, you have to earn your win. You can't just drain out the clock. Here comes Watson. Can't get the layup to go. Kai Howard can, however, and he gets the foul along with it.
Yeah, big shot there for Red Rose Thunder. kind of they had a little scare here, and they needed that big play right now that will be huge if he converts this and one at the free throw line.
Huge hustle points there for Howard. The guard doing the dirty work. Heads to the free throw line and makes it a 3-point game. So Thunder 5 points away from victory and heading on to the semifinals. Rec 6 trying to slow their roll.
Yeah, it took about a while to score in this Elam ending.
Wow.
But in the process, Rec 6 again just gets consecutive buckets here. And it's like they turned up the defensive pressure when it may be too little too late.
So 15-point game here. Pass to the corner, Malik Martin for 3. He drains it. He just checked in. Instant impact there. The Thunder need 2 more points to win this one.
Just a bucket for the Red Rose Thunder now.
Dowdy taking the 3. Makes that one.
It feels as if the pressure is off Rec 6. And with the pressure off, they're making everything now. Sometimes the game just goes that way.
Here's Watson with it. Pass over to Howard. Howard gets the layup up, no good. And pass up, and there's a couple of Rec 6 players available for it. Zamir can't get the 3 to go. Hepburn fouled on the putback attempt. See that outlet pass? Dowdy elected for the 3.
Yeah, trying to get 3 points. Needs to close up that scoring gap.
So Hepburn at the line. First free throw up and in. So up to 65, 16 points away from that target score. Thunder only need 2.
Yeah, Thunder, usually we see teams not play defense up to this point. But Red Rose Thunder, they do not want to give Rec 6 an inch here or a sniff of a win.
Yeah, Rec 6 can't afford any more baskets. In the post is Morris working against Biggie. Pass outside to Watson. Watson slips, and whistle ends up traveling.
Just playing sloppy right now is Red Rose Thunder.
This might be the least comfortable I've ever seen a team with a 13-point lead play with.
Yeah, they aren't playing of how they've gotten to this point. They're playing out of character. And it's weird because when you're in this lead, you don't usually get out of character, but they are.
The slam there from Welton. 11-point game here. Thunder with it. Davenport back in the ball game, working against Biggie. He's driving, puts up the layup, no good. There's a lid on the basket right now for the Thunder.
That was also a terrible shot selection, though.
Way off on the 3, Reddick goes out of bounds.
Yeah, I do not like that shot by Davenport. There were 2 guys on him. He still tried to force his way. Stop forcing something. You just need 1 basket. Just be patient on offense.
Thunder have had several attempts here to end this one. Let's see if they can here. Maurice Watson has it. Pass over to nobody. Turns it over. So
if you're just tuning in and you're watching this game, you would think the roles are reversed and that Rec 6 has been playing better, but for some reason Red Rose Thunder is forcing everything and just haven't been able to get these last 2 points.
Could you imagine 2 points away from winning this game, a double-digit lead, and the team that needs the timeout is the team with 79, the Red Rose Thunder. They take the timeout. They're talking things over. Obviously, the Thunder in a favorable position, but we're talking about a game that was a 21-point differential in this 4th quarter. It was 21-point difference, and now it sits at 11.
Now, credit to Rec 6. Usually when teams are down this much, with the Elam ending, they completely stop playing basketball and submit to defeat. But they've kept playing and are fighting and trying to stay alive, so credit to them.
It will certainly be wild if Rec 6 can continue to make their comeback as they have the ball, checking in on offense. Biggie set to check in. He gets it into Welton, who passes off to Dowdy. Dowdy working on the right wing. Drives in all the way to the rim. Can't get the easy layup to go.
But it stays with him.
Pass to the corner. 3 is up, no good. Welton fighting for it. There's a foul. Let's see who it goes against. Looks like it goes against the Thunder.
This has been an awful way to close out a game right now for Red Rose.
3 from Reddick. Welton getting fouled on that. Going for the rebound. So he's at the line. Makes the free throw, and Red Rose bench asking for a violation.
Yeah, Welton's
watch his feet on the free throw.
It's an interesting routine.
He did step over again as he drains the second, and it is a single-digit game.
Yeah, it's a single-digit game, and they literally only need a bucket. Just a bucket. And they just can't find it.
They go to Morris, out to Watson. Watson getting to the rack, has it swatted away, and it's Rec 6's ball.
Rec 6 cannot find a bucket here. They literally need just a shot.
Hepburn, transition 3, no good. Gets his own rebound. Working with it.
Side in the corner for 3.
Reddick for 3, no good. Fighting for the rebound. Chris Bing gets it. And they're on the push. Watson going all the way. No foul.
They're forcing too much. Why are you rushing in this situation?
Hepburn, pump fake. Gets it out to Dowdy for 3. No good. And looks like a foul there against Welton. But it looks like this is going to free throws. I think the bonus. Chris Bing.
It looks like it's going to free throws, but I think also the refs want to go home. Just 2 free throws to end it. And you know, free throws have not been guaranteed, so could have more basketball.
We've said it all tournament long. Free throws so important. The first one up and short. So unless they get an offensive rebound here, the Thunder cannot win on this possession. Chris Bing can make it 1 point closer, and the crowd is getting into it. On the other side of the court, the Rec 6 fans trying to be heard. Bing drains the second. So just 1 point.
One singular point. Uno. 1 point they need to win, but it's only a 10-point game.
Dowdy gets to the rim and is fouled. So he'll be shooting 2 at the line. Dowdy going against Morris. Just too fast for Morris there.
Check out how honestly I have no words for what I'm seeing right now. I don't think I've seen a worse finish to a game by a team that had this big of a lead. This is a completely different team we're seeing this entire game. This is not the same Red Rose Thunder. I don't know who I'm seeing tonight on this floor.
So Malik Martin getting subbed out. They're putting in Kai Howard, perhaps for some more offensive firepower.
Well, Malik Martin did hit that crucial three-pointer to bring it, so he is a good offensive threat.
Rec 6.
But Maurice Watson Jr. has drove blindly to the paint, throwing the ball up on several possessions. So they need a good set here.
Howard over to Bing. Bing in the corner. And Rec 6 comes up with it. Met by a lot of contact, no foul call. And here comes Morris. Losing it out of bounds. Absolute mayhem on the court.
I don't know what, I have no words for what is going on.
So out of bounds. It's Red Rose Thunder ball. Looks like the refs are asking for the court to be swept up, which makes sense considering about every single player on the court slipped at the same exact spot. And a question I have, if you're the Thunder, if you win this ball game right here, I feel like all the excitement is gone if you make this bucket. I mean,
yeah, because you were up by, what, almost 23 at one point, and you completely squander that. Like, as soon as the Elam ending score came in, a different team, the Red Rose Thunder, left the building, and another team came in and started playing. I don't know what's going on, but this is not the momentum you want hitting into tomorrow.
They could make a 3 here, still win by double digits, and it still feel like there was no momentum.
Yeah, no. This is not how you want to close out this game.
And the stoppage to wipe up the floor certainly isn't helping that Thunder momentum.
Now, Rec 6, though, they've stayed with them. They've never given up. They've fought to the very bitter end. So major credit to them.
Pass in, over to Watson. Watson gets the screen, going against Reddick at half court.
Be patient, run your sets here. Don't pull up a 3.
Watson dancing, sidestep 3, and he gets it launched in between the backboard. That should be a jump ball. Greg has taken off the headset. He can't believe what has happened. Wow.
I don't think Maurice Watson Jr. is a guy to be handling. There have been numerous possessions where he's like throwing the ball up on the court.
So, tipping up. It is not the start of the game. It is a jump ball. Welton versus Davis. And fighting for it, Kai Howard comes up with it. Puts up the layup and is swatted by Wally Hepburn. No foul call there as Howard falls to the ground. And a pass stolen. Here comes Davenport. Howard with the layup. Can't get it to go. Davis puts up the layup and he finally gets it to go. The Thunder finally breaking the curse. And the biggest sigh of the relief coming from the Red Rose Thunder there. Let's take a replay of that wild last sequence. Howard.
I don't know what that
missing. Davis offensive rebound and gets it to go.
All this showcase was the beauty of having an Elam ending.
That's exactly why the Elam ending makes games like these so much more fun. If this ended with a normal clock, it would have been a 20-point win for the Thunder. Ends up being a 10-point win, but it felt a lot closer like that towards the end.
Yeah, I'm sure if you're Red Rose, you won't care how you got the victory as long as you got the victory and you're moving on. But in the back of your head, you know this game should not have come down to the wire as it did.
So with the win, the 4-seed Thunder will advance to the semifinals. And they'll play tomorrow against Chester, who also advanced to the semifinals tonight. They beat the 2-seed Lou Leonard. Chester, the 7-seed, taking on the 4-seed Thunder. And on the other side of the bracket, you'll have the 10-seed Philly All-Americans, who won 0 games in the regular season, have won 2 straight. They'll take on the number 1 seed Danny Rumpf, who got 2 consecutive byes.
Yeah, don't overlook All-American. They're the defending champs, and they have balled out this postseason.
So we'll send it on over to our sideline reporter, Dominique Vincent, who is with the player of the game, Maurice Watson.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dominique Vincent here with Maurice Watson. Rec 6 had a blowout win last night, and it made it seem like you guys were the underdog. Tell me what it was like to win tonight.
It was a good win. You know, it's only my second game with them. The first game with a full team. So, I mean, we don't like how we did that Elam ending, but it's about getting the chemistry and about just getting the win at the end of the day. It's not always going to be pretty, but we're going to win. So, it is what it is. We got to put it together. But it was good to get a good Rec 6 team. They play hard. They're from South Philly. They always play hard out of heart. So it's a good confidence builder for us going into the semis.
What was the plan going into the game, and do you think you guys executed that well on the court tonight?
The plan was for me to get everybody involved, and they just run. The thing that me as a point guard is I'm a pass-first guard, and sometimes it's too much pass-first, but I want all my guys to know just run, and I'm going to pass you the ball. And giving guys that confidence in other places where they might not feel it, it gives a boost to the team where you got each guy averages 6 points, 8 points. we really wanted to lock in on defense. You know, they didn't have many shooters, but they played tough down low. So we just wanted to be tough and match their physicality, and we did a good job of that.
What weaknesses did you see in the way that your team played tonight, and how do you plan on remedying them throughout the playoffs?
When we go through our droughts, you know, it's a game of runs, but, you know, we have good inside game. I don't think we used it well tonight. And it's up to me to get everybody in good position. Being up by 20, only winning by 10, it's just not a good thing as a point guard. So just got to go watch the film tonight, I guess, and really, like, you know, we got a big Dom inside. You know, Kai can go get a bucket. So just being able to get the ball to our for sure scores, and, you know, getting a stop, letting that, you know, turn into offense.
Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you, Dominique. Very insightful, taking us right into the mind of Maurice Watson, really breaking down that Thunder game plan there to win this game against Rec 6. Although it was a underwhelming finish for the Red Rose squad, they do advance to the semifinals, where the winner of this tournament will earn a bid to next year's 2024 TBT tournament for a chance to win $1 million. Greg, before we sign things off, any final thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, Red Rose Thunder has to clean up whatever that was we saw at the end. It was an awful way to end it for them, and it's not how you want to carry your momentum into the next game. So they had to clean it up. But overall, it was a really, really great performance by Red Rose Thunder, and they shouldn't hang their heads on this one. It was a great performance. But Rec 6, they hung in there. Most teams would have given up. They've hung in there and battled throughout, making this a game in the end. So credit to Rec 6. They played beautifully throughout the end.
Definitely. Got to admire the heart that Rec 6 showed, but they have been eliminated. Red Rose Thunder moving on. That will do it here at Ben Franklin High School on Broad Street in Philadelphia. Thunder win 82-72. For Dominique Vincent, Greg Starks, I'm Jake Gable. Thank you so much for watching, and tune in tomorrow for the semifinals here, SFBN. Good night.